So does somebody want to give us a brief recap on where we left it last time?
Jesus, I knew you were going to ask that. Where's my book gone?
I don't know. I can just see a pile of books.
It's in one of those.
Oh, there it is.
You can't see. Oh, I can see you now, Dave. But yeah.
It's all right. It was on the floor. What did we do? Blah, 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 blah. And then they won. We dicked around on the train with.
Oh yeah, that we weren't supposed
Henry
to.
Lister.
Henry Lister.
Made a new friend.
Made a new friend who had a whistle. He was running late. Had a copy of the Von der Ducht and then he just fucked off.
Yeah.
Which was nice.
Did we think about killing him?
We thought about killing him.
I think that's usually one of the options that comes up whenever you meet somebody new, isn't it? So far.
Yeah.
Pretty much,
One,
yeah.
do we rob them? Two, do we kill them?
I mean, I was only joking when I said I was going to shoot him in the head. I think we're semi-serious about throwing him through the window.
I was 100% serious.
Just living out. You want to live out your James Bond fantasies.
Yeah. Charles is thinking about
Well,
writing a book
you know.
about some sort of secret agent.
Did we do anything before we got on the train? I can't remember.
Now there's a thing.
And we didn't get another book or something. Had we been reading a book? I can't remember.
I've been failing to read several books. There was that whole Perturabo obituary jobby.
Yeah, Perudo. That were written by Alistair Crowley, who
Yeah.
who you decided you weren't gonna meet a
Didn't go and
celebrity.
Yeah.
No. On account of that being a terrible idea.
It would only applied with lots of drugs, and you woke up in some debauched orgy somewhere.
Walking like John Wayne.
There was the that was the there was the obituary, wasn't there, from Crowley? Was there anything in the newspapers about him being murdered? Did it? I can't remember.
Yeah, there was.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
there was. Yeah.
About him losing his head.
Yeah.
No
So
problem.
being yes.
Well, I think it just said in violent circumstances rather
Yeah.
than going into detail. Bacon's obituary, newspaper stories.
We are not playing
there we
Dungeons
go.
and Dragons. Good God.
They'll have. You were going to go back to the house, weren't you, and have a look at his books. A proper look. But that's not going to happen now, is it?
No. See, there was loads of stuff we considered, because we considered going to Kent, Sussex, Suffolk,
Somewhere in England.
where them stones were. There's that farm, but then we decided we didn't have time and should just go to Scotland.
So we are in Scotland. That's what happened.
Yes. So
And
yeah.
we're on the
Yeah.
opposite side of the lock, and we need to get to the other side of the
We're
lock.
in the village.
And we need to go a
Ca-
couple
in the
miles
village
down
of
the farm
Canning.
track.
So I think you just. Well, I can't remember. So well, I will say.
We'd like checked into the pub.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Into the guest
asking
house.
about strangers, and they'd gone, "Oh yeah, there's loads of strangers, but that isn't weird at all." It was pretty much, and we were like, "Is that usual to get that many people?" No, not at all. It's really, really odd that loads of people have turned up to that completely uninhabited farmhouse over there. Does anybody live there? No. And then loads of strange people turned up last week. Yeah, you didn't think that was odd? No.
They didn't know who
That's
owned
too
it,
much.
did they? The
Scotland.
lodge.
It's
No.
Scotland.
Didn't know who owned it. Didn't think it was weird that loads of strangers had turned up, and there wasn't usually anybody stayed there at all. But that was perfectly normal, and everything's fine.
And was it either a 4 or 6 mile trek
Down
the snow.
down
It
the-
was,
together.
yeah, it was
Down the
quite a
track.
walk. Yeah, in the snow, and it was like 2-3 foot of snow, I think it was. I mean, we could wait for summer.
Yeah, it's 8
What-
It'd be
miles.
far more pleasant if we like.
What kind of
Yeah, it'd be
minus?
quite nice if we came back in June.
What kind of temperature are we talking?
So you're probably, I don't know, maybe about minus 4 or 5, maybe.
So,
With the
bit-
misery of Scotland, it feels like minus 10.
if it windy, like wind factor, it'll be like minus 30.
Yeah, so there's wind chill, yeah. And
Yeah.
it's snowing, of course.
And you're wearing a coat.
They'll be fine
Straight
if you've got
up
a
your
kilt on.
spine.
It's just us that'll be freezing to death. I mean, I presume we've come geared up for.
Yeah, well, I believe you said you were all getting
Long johns.
thermals and you're wearing a winter coat and dressing for the weather.
Big woolly hat.
Don't want to get wet. that's the
Balaclava.
And some
So,
Wellingtons.
thing. What time of day are we on then?
The
When did we
time
arrive?
is just almost just after 5 to 11 in the morning.
Right.
Oh,
Are
we've
we,
got plenty of time.
I think we've had us. Didn't we say we are going to have us breakfast and then we were going to go?
I think, is that right?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, that's right. Because you're
Yeah.
right. You got into Inverness, didn't you? At
Early morning, weren't it? Didn't we get
yeah, well,
like
you got into
12 night?
Inverness that night, and then you stayed over and
Yeah, like
got
7 o'clock.
and then got a
Yeah.
car that you'd pre-arranged, a hire car that you drove from
Yeah.
Inverness.
Because we
to
didn't fancy
Canwich.
driving overnight.
Yeah.
So we're going to go off and hunt this famous haggis creature. What we've heard about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, there
We've got
is
shotgun.
there is a dirt track that leads from Canwich along the loch to this hunting lodge, this old hunting lodge. So you can drive if you wish. Otherwise, it means going on foot. It's 8 miles.
Well, we try and
We're
drive
going to
as
have
far
to
as
try
we
and
can,
drive,
and then
aren't we?
we'll just have to ditch the car, won't we? And they can bill us for it. We'll tell them where it is if we can't. if
Assuming
it
we're
gets
still
stuck.
alive.
Yeah.
So it's not as if we've stolen it.
Yeah.
Okay. So, is there anything you want to do before you set off on your little jaunt?
Get ourselves some food and thermos of coffee, plenty of water, just in case we break down. I don't want to be hungry.
Always a good idea.
I
And,
get very angry when I'm hungry.
and who amongst you is taking the wheel?
Has
Uh,
anybody got any points in driving?
I don't believe I do. No.
I've just got base.
Yeah, I
But
think that's
you've
all
got a
I've
lot of luck though.
Yeah.
I do.
I've got 20 in
have-
driving.
Well, we're not driving silly, are we? It's only if you.
No, nice and
Have a-
steady.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
base
That-
20.
driving at speed would just almost instantly result
Ending
in a
comedy.
crash.
I mean, catastrophe.
Yeah.
In comedy. Yeah. But yeah, so
we'll
it's
take it very, very steady.
but it's about 8 miles to the down the loch, down this road, along the loch to the hunting lodge. Hello. So on foot, that would probably take you 3 or 4 hours
We don't want to be
Yeah,
going on
no.
foot.
because of the
We want to get
conditions.
as far as we can.
As far as we can in the car, and then on foot.
So by car, it'll take an hour and a half, 2 hours, providing it all goes according to
To be
plan.
fair,
Of course.
maybe like the last half mile by car, just so driving up to the front door and tooting the horn is maybe not the best idea.
Yeah, let's be a little bit.
And we are going to be trying to snipe them from range, aren't we? So
Yeah.
We snipe them from range with shotguns.
yeah,
Yeah.
You did bring those special sniping shotguns, didn't you?
We've got slugs, haven't we? They go a little bit further.
No, they don't go any further. They damage
Just
doesn't
hurt
deteriorate.
more.
Yeah.
Yeah, they hurt a lot more.
Bigger hole. Instead of lots
That's
of little
it.
ones.
We'll use that to get in. That'll be the key.
So you both have pump actions and sawn-offs because
Oh yeah.
you can never have enough shotguns. So you want
Yeah.
the slugs in the pump actions,
Yeah.
and you want the buckshot in your
In
sawn
the
off.
sawn
Yeah.
off. Yeah.
And then I've got my pistol and
the
a double
rifle.
barreled, which I'll put slugs in the double barrel.
I thought you had. Oh
No,
we
we didn't buy
get
a rifle.
did we? No, we weren't
No,
allowed.
you can't. Yeah, because you can't. Your British firearm license is specific to one weapon. You couldn't even buy another handgun because it's the individual license for each weapon.
God damn it.
And I'm sure we'll be able to recover some from the bodies.
Yeah. Because there'll be bodies because of the cold, won't there?
Yeah.
That's why.
Well, they all might be like that other guy on the train. They all might be completely innocent.
Oh, 1 minute. How are we doing?
Sorry, Roland is finished with his call.
Yeah, I do suspect that most of them might just be.
I'll nip away now while he's on phone.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll be back shortly.
Right. In which case, I shall take this opportunity to requisition a small shot glass and
It's not.
fill it with some fluid.
It's not a terrible idea.
So yes, early break.
Hey!
Hey, back in
We
a
win!
moment. Hey.
I found my notes from last week, by the way.
Excellent.
Yeah, but do you know what? That's almost prophetic because they're the notes that we needed this week as
Yeah.
well.
I'll just keep them next to my desk for next week.
this camera.
Are you not normally really pale?
Am I not? I don't know. Maybe I am. Pale with slightly blush, slightly red cheeks. Maybe it's squeaky cork.
Uh-huh. Have it's quite disappointingly only 8-year Lagavulin.
Oh, I thought it said Caligula for a minute.
16-year Lagavulin is where it's at, but that's like 80 quid a bottle.
No, I much prefer the stuff that people buy from me instead.
Actually, to be fair, this was bought for me by a grateful customer
Oh wow, cool.
for getting his arse out of a massive hole.
Tastes all the better as well.
But he couldn't find 16-year and only bought me 8.
Downgrade his service then.
Yeah. You can use a spoon for this, whereas the 16-year you need knife and fork. I do like my whiskey on the peaty side.
I must admit, I'm not a massive fan of malt whiskey.
It's very much sipping whiskey rather than drinking whiskey.
No, I can't do whiskey.
So
I can't do any spirit neat.
No, oh, I can't.
No,
I have to have them neat if I'm drinking.
No, I can't do it. I can do spice rum with I love spice rum with ginger ale.
Well,
ginger ale.
that sounds nice. Yeah.
I like that, but I can't. I just couldn't have whiskey or anything on its own.
you see, whiskey has to be good whiskey. I can't drink like barrels.
Does anybody?
Yeah.
Just
See that's
horrible.
that's why I can't drink malt whiskey, because when I was it must have been about 6 or 8, and we were on a family holiday in Scotland and went to the Bell's whiskey factory.
Oh,
And they took you into the big like warehouse, the massive room with the like big copper vats were,
Yeah.
and they're telling you about how they're processed, and this one particular room is where they put all the sugar in, and the smell was just horrendous. It just
Yeah.
and were it like this is where we had the dead pigeons?
Now that's your eyelays.
Yeah,
Mashed up seaweed and dead pigeons. That's pretty much what this tastes of.
yeah. No, thank you.
I have got a very nice ginger mead
oh,
downstairs,
ginger mead.
which is particularly tasty. I think
did
it's
have-
Yorkshire mead as well.
Yorkshire mead. I did have some nice flavoured vodka, some toffee flavoured vodka, some raspberry.
Toffee vodka. Toffee
Oh,
vodka's quite tasty. Yeah.
Yeah,
could
toffee
quite-
vodka's not bad. Yeah,
I could have quite happily drunk myself to death.
Yeah. See, I don't think like Islay whiskies you wouldn't be able to drink yourself to death. Because they are very very strong taste, whereas toffee vodka just slips
it just
down.
tastes
Yeah.
like toffee with a little
Yeah.
bit of a
You can just drink it.
yeah.
Yeah, it's dangerous stuff, is that?
It is.
To be fair, mead is quite dangerous as well,
Yeah,
because it just tastes of, well, one I've got at the minute tastes of honey and just a nice amount of ginger.
Yeah.
But yeah, mead is dangerous stuff. But it's about, I don't really drink other than, stuff that comes in shot glasses, and what I buy tends to be too expensive to neck. Even your cheap, decent malt whiskey is like 30 quid a bottle.
I did have some. I drunk it all. Some single malt English whiskey. And I can't remember. It's some like independent brewery. That was real nice.
English whiskey. That sounds suspicious.
It does, doesn't it? I was a bit like, but it was real nice. That were kind of like kind of peaty sort of taste to it, but really subtle. Really weren't harsh at all. Really nice.
English whiskey.
Can't remember what the label was. Like I say, with this small independent brewery. It might even be in a Yorkshire.
English whiskey. The English whiskey. Cotswolds Distillery.
Yeah, all I can remember about it is it was a short, stubby bottle, and it had a quite bland label. It was kind of like an old parchment label with next to no writing on it. So
Cotswolds whiskey.
So this evening we are discussing alcoholic beverages.
Burnt Ends blended whiskey.
Oh, that sounds horrible. Is that literally like?
It's fag ends.
Well, it could be that.
We're walking down the street, picking up tab ends, drop them in, and go, "Oh, that'll give us a
let
depth
them
of flavour."
saute.
Yeah.
No. It was
No.
like I say, very, very like pale parchment like
That's,
label.
A smooth Tennessee rye whiskey, apparently.
right.
But yeah, no.
No, can't remember what it was called at all. I'm afraid. I have got some.
Cheshire. Ooh, honey whiskey.
Yeah,
Could
I've
be
got some. I was
tempting
going to say
on
I've got some honey whiskey and I've got some black cherry whiskey. The nice if you drink it just once, but it gets very sort of. Ugh.
Does it get quite cloyy?
Yes. It would be an unpleasant time with the porcelain if you drunk a lot of it.
Yeah.
And I've had plenty of unpleasant times with the porcelain.
Yeah. I remember going on a school trip to Italy where I don't know what the drinking age is in Italy, but they were quite happy to sell large amounts of cherry kirsch to 17-year-olds.
Oh wow. Oh, 17, that's fine.
That bedroom floor was not a good sight.
I think my first and worst experience was going to Monster Rock at Donington Park in 1986. I'm going to say 6. It might not have been. I was 15 and somehow ended up with a gallon of Scrumpy Jack snakebite. Woke up the next morning lying next to the urinals with people pissing over my head.
Yeah. That is rock and roll.
And with dreadlocks, and it puke dreadlocks.
Oh,
Beautiful.
I never saw a single band had severe alcohol poisoning.
Yeah.
I'm quite amazed we got down there. His parents let us go down to Donington the day before with nothing but a carrier bag with some sandwiches in.
What more do you need?
Oh, that's the sound. That is the voice of optimism. Is that? Isn't it?
No tent, nothing.
Just a bag of sandwiches.
Yep.
Beautiful.
I never saw the bands. Two friends I went with, they saw the bands. One of them got hit on the inside the head with a joint of beef. And another one.
Joint of beef.
Yep. Full size slab of meat.
Who
Bam!
took that?
To like roast over an open fire.
And the other one got hit on the head by a Panda Pop bottle.
Ooh, Panda Pop.
Panda
yeah, but
Pop,
at least
that
they were
takes
only
me back.
at least they were only 20 pence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was still when they were glass though.
Yeah. Well, you want a bit of substance behind it.
Yeah. Anyway. So, enough of those horrors.
Where's the nearest brewery? Or distillery? See, I remember driving up to Inverness. That was quite a painful thing to have to do because you drive past a lot of distilleries. And when you're driving up for work and you can't stop and you just keep driving past distilleries, it's not good.
Alrighty. So, are we good to go?
Yeah, let's.
So who
Get
is
those
taking
drive rolls.
the wheel?
I think I am on account of having the luck. Because
Yeah,
we're all shit at driving.
You're today's nominated driver.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll have a couple of strong drinks at the pub just to get me in the mood.
Yeah, just to increase your focus level.
Yeah.
It's like pool. You always play pool better when you've just had a couple.
Yeah.
Before it goes rapidly downhill.
Is
How
this
it used to
that
work in
sweet
olden
spot?
days. You've got to have a drink
better,
before you get me up.
better. Shocking.
Terrible. Yeah.
Better, face on, face down on the table. Right, okay, so from Canwich, there is a snow-covered, muddy track that heads out towards Loch Mulladoch through thick forest of old pines mixed with ferns, heather, and outcrops of granite. The river.
Make sure we've got a couple of planks of wood and a couple of towels with us as well.
A couple of cows.
Towels
Towels.
Oh.
and a couple of planks of wood.
Yeah, that sounds technical. So yeah, the River Canwich runs parallel off a few hundred yards north. So in driving out there, first cover the first mile or so. Driving with the wind, probably driving with the windows up, I imagine. It's bitterly cold, freezing cold.
Yeah.
Okay. So you can all make a natural history roll though as you're driving along at well, now we're going to say a fair old pace, but you're not. It's very slow pace.
If we succeed a natural history roll, it's only going to say, and here's some Highland cattle.
Yeah.
That's natural world, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Sorry, yeah. Natural world.
Okay. I think it used to be natural.
It used to be natural history, yeah. I mean, this is Tatters is like a previous. Oh, wow! Is it only 10% natural world?
Yeah.
I think natural history used to be higher.
I thought it did. I thought it was at least 20.
I'm going to look that up.
Shall I spend 10 luck?
Let's all spend luck.
But it'll probably be totally irrelevant.
Of course it is.
It's cold.
You've noticed you are in Scotland.
It's quite usually cold for this
Can't
time
even
of year.
see out the
Everybody
window
failed.
for all snow.
Everybody failed, did they? Okay.
Unless we spend luck.
Well.
I went
Oh, you can push it. You can push it.
Oh, I'll push it.
Okay.
You're driving. You can't.
Exactly.
I'll push it into a ditch.
I'll lean out the window while I'm driving.
Yeah.
You end up putting your head through the window trying to have luck. Head through the window.
Oh, so, yeah, what could go wrong?
As you look out the window.
No, that was Panda Pop Bottle. That was pre-piss days.
As long as it's not like a flying Highland cow.
A black flying Highland cow with horns and wings and fangs.
So yeah, are you pushing it then? Are you?
No.
No. Oh, okay. Fair enough. So
We're not mental yet.
you notice a lot of the trees, particularly the closer they are to the shores of the loch, are growing at an angle.
What sort of angle? About 90 degrees.
No, such a
I'm
lean,
here all night.
almost as if they're straining towards the loch.
What, all the way on both sides, or
Just on this side.
just on this side?
Well, that's all. You can only tell on this side. The loch's quite wide. It's probably about a mile wide in places.
And literally all of them.
Yeah,
It is
to varying degrees. They're not all at a uniform angle. All at a uniform angle, but they are all leaning in that direction.
Are they? Are they leaning, or are they like?
They've grown.
Brilliant.
So they've grown towards as they've grown like leaning towards it.
So it's more of a U.
Something's drawing them to the
Yeah,
lake.
well, no,
water.
yeah.
The trees are like water.
So it's more of a curve, more of a curve to the thing rather than like a straight.
Well,
Maybe,
the
somebody
roots,
planted them upside down.
the roots like water, but the trees tend to go up to the sun. So
They do.
they go
Maybe
in.
they've been planted upside down.
We've had no reference of this place in any of the books what we've read, have we?
No, we were struggling
No,
even to
not-
find the laird of.
Not being
Yeah.
mentioned at all.
Yeah. So no, you mean to to the lodge and stuff. So you found the lodge is on maps, but there's no reference to this laird of Mulladock or anything like that. There's no like listing like mention of that as it being a title.
No, I meant from like the books to do with the yellow sign. The
Oh,
name,
no,
this,
no.
This lake or this
No.
area. No.
Not mentioned at all.
So yeah, that's weird.
So yeah, it's cold. The snow is coming. The snow is coming down quite heavily. So the windscreen wipers are working overtime, trying to keep up with keeping your vision clear through the windscreen. And every now and then you have to slow to keep get a handle on which way the road turns.
Well,
So-
I'm sure Charles can be my navigator.
He can, yes, I
you know,
suppose.
like rally navigators.
Yeah, he can
Left,
assist.
left, 45, second gear.
Let's try not to drive onto the lake.
I've got my head out at window, like Ace Ventura style.
So yeah, I suppose he can assist in that way if you want.
Yeah, that's how.
You bring your head back in, it's just like icicles.
Yeah, it's just a solid block.
So you get about maybe about half a mile down the road, and you cut it splits off. What a rutted track goes off to your north, and or it continues on the way that you're going. So none of this was visible on the maps that you.
I was going to say we had a map. Okay.
There's a map in the handouts.
The lodge was
I
northwest,
can.
wasn't it?
Sorry, I can show you.
Yeah.
There's I don't think I made one available in the handouts, but I can plonk it over the top of the screen like
So-
that.
Oh, there
What
we go.
What's the what direction did you say the new track goes?
Off to the north, away from the lock.
Whereas
So
Well,
like
we
you're
wanna
on,
be going
so you're on this
towards-
road heading towards lock. You're not actually running.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
not actually at the lock yet because the lodge is at the head of the lock.
Well, we want to be staying on this track then. Don't
do
we?
Yeah.
Yeah, like
What's-
trees.
Does it look like anything's gone down this path at all recently?
Probably can't tell with snow.
That's what I was thinking. If it's been recent, you would be able to tell.
So,
Rocks
excuse me.
and-
So no,
Yeah.
there's no obvious indication that anybody's been down that taken that road recently.
Okay.
It's obviously an important road to go down, so let's just carry on to the lodge.
I was going to say Phil has introduced it to us so clearly.
It's not on the map. It's secret.
There's a reason for it. Although, I did have a group of investigators chasing around after, like, a rock for about an hour that was just a rock, because I pointed out the rock to them.
And they
This
instilled it
is
with
where-
great significance.
They were also chasing around after 4 kids and a dog for quite a while as well.
This is why the chapter will be 3 sessions, because we go down that other road. But if we don't go down that road,
No,
just
carry
go
on
the
to lodge.
It'll be 2 sessions.
I'm
Right.
quite tempted by the road because then
Well,
the
you're-
barrel gets stuck.
You're driving, so you can have the choice, the decision.
I feel taking the car. I mean, this road's bad enough anyway. Taking the car down a completely.
It doesn't
unmarked path.
look any worse. It's just not been used recently.
And it just goes off into the trees.
Well, yeah, you can't see very far because the road that you're on, it's running through this forest.
Should we roll a dice?
1 to 3, yes.
I'm
4
very
to 6,
much
no.
on a. Okay, let's give it a whirl.
Here we go.
Do what Phil wants us to do.
I want you to do
So-
whatever you want to do.
So that means we're not going down it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So to the lodge.
Okay,
Let's
Diddle-diddle-da.
we'll not get sidetracked.
very good.
That was a mistake.
Okay, so you continue on.
Phil's just like tearing up huge wadges
Yeah,
of
yeah.
notes.
Well,
It's
that's
got
today's session over.
That's 3 hours of practice out the window.
As you turn the corner, there's a huge hole in the road, and it collapses into an abyss. You're all
And
dead.
you have to go back the way you
A
came.
detour. Somebody's
you-
just directed a detour sign.
Yeah.
So you carry on anyway down this road. Whereas that side road, it's quite obviously not being used recently. This road obviously has. I mean, it's got a covering of snow because there's been quite heavy snowfall, but you can see it under the surface of the snow. The road's slushy, it's muddy, it's pretty treacherous. So I will have to call for a driving roll.
No, you won't. I'm just driving very safely and very steadily.
Yeah, that's fine. You can have a bonus dice for driving as particularly slow and cautiously. Of course, it will take you longer to get there.
That's fine. Can I have a bonus dice for that and a bonus dice for Charles acting as my navigator?
No.
Bastard.
No, I think that would be.
disadvantage for Charles.
I'm an excellent navigator.
What have you got in navigate?
If you were going at speed, then I would
10%.
allow it,
Probably,
I guess.
yeah.
But yeah, no.
It is. I think base is 10%.
Yeah, then. Yes.
Okay, if I get 2 bonus dice, I'll go at speed.
Okay, the difficulty class will be much higher though.
Bollocks. Okay.
At the moment, it's just a normal difficulty class.
Hey, Parlarkin!
No.
I will spend 3 points of luck.
Okay, so just maybe Charles just at the last minute shouts out, and you avoid a large rock.
I think that's me playing Rally 24 or Rally 28.
Yank on that handbrake.
Yeah.
So yeah, you narrowly avoid doing serious damage to one of the wheels of the car. Continue on your way. So you've gone about 3 miles down the road now. cars, slowly ticking over, quietly ticking over. So you're probably only going a few miles an hour. And you can all make some listen rolls as you cautiously drive along this rutted, muddy, slushy, snow-covered road through the middle of this forest.
Oh, look
Oh
at
wow! Wow!
that. It's 'cause my ears are attuned to the engine making odd noises.
Anybody else?
Yeah, I'm just trying to open my character. I've just shut my character sheet. Where am I? Listen.
Harry's asleep. And
Yeah.
so is Charles.
Mine's full of snow from sticking my head out at window.
Yeah, your ears are just frozen.
So yeah, while the other two oblivious, just maybe taking in the scenery or relaxing, or maybe catching up on a bit of sleep or trying to, you can hear what sounds like
Chanting.
no, like a crashing noise in the distance.
The sound of something large crashing through trees.
So it
no.
sounds like breaking wood,
Uh-oh.
splintering wood.
Might be one of them Highland cows on the rampage.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Is it coming from in front of us, to one side of us?
It's hard to tell. You could always stop the car, or you could wind the window down, and have a look about, or it's up to you.
Stick it in reverse, and we could go back down to that other road and go down that road.
Or you could just ask us to get the shotguns out just in case.
Yeah, I'll nudge these two
Okay.
and go.
Ugh.
There's something like really big. Can you hear it? Like travelling through the trees.
I can't hear a thing.
I'd get your shotguns out. We don't want to be ambushed by any more horses.
Is it a haggis?
Did you say you were winding the window down? Sorry, or
Yeah, we'll get Charles to wind the window down.
Have we got a sunroof?
How far away? Oh, did you say? Do you think it is the noise?
It can't be that far away, seeing as I could hear it over the noise of the engine and.
so yeah, the engine's quite, because you're going quite slow. The engine was, I mean, it's noisy, but it's quite.
Just stop the car and let's just wind the windows
Right.
down a little bit and just see if we can.
Right, I'm going to wait until I'm on a slightly downhill bit of road.
Say that again. Sorry.
I'm going to wait until I'm on a slightly downhill bit of road,
Okay. Fair enough.
and then I'll stop the car. I don't want to be trying to do a hill start in snow. Is what I'm saying.
I mean, it's fair enough. Okay, so
And I'll
So
keep the engine running.
first thing that you notice when you after you stop the car, wind the windows down, well, you hear the wind blowing through the trees, and then you can hear this faint creaking noise, which first you're not sure what the source of it is, but then it's the trees, but not the actual, seems to be coming the trunks of the trees. And you can see a lot of the quite a few of the trees that are close by that you got a better view of. Where the lower parts of the tree are exposed. You can see the roots are pulling out. Not literally pulling out as in moving, but they're pulled out of the ground.
It'll be the weight of the snow on all the
All the
leaves and
branches,
branches.
yeah.
And it'll be making them creak. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then you hear this crashing noise. It sounds like something large, sort of charging through undergrowth, but there's also the sound of splintering wood.
Maybe just back the car up a little bit.
Can we tell what direction it's coming from now?
It sounds like it's coming from maybe off to your right.
Was that the direction the other road went?
Yeah, roughly. I mean, you've come a couple of a few miles past that now. You can make a spot in if you want.
Not really, but
I'd either say
one is doing some heavy lifting.
in
Oh,
reverse,
yeah.
in reverse, back to the other road, or put your foot down and forwards as fast as you can.
Well, Charles is taking the sanity hit for that one.
You know, I'm a team player.
Okay, so coming, yeah, you don't see anything at first because you're looking towards ground level, and then some movement right near the treetops in some distance away
For God's sake.
catches your eye.
I spot
You
him?
can see this massive shape
Yeah, you
moving
get to,
across the treetops as it comes, breaking away and smashing through the
I just
tops.
look at Joe. Drive,
tops of
drive,
it.
go.
It looks.
I
go,
can't
it's-
see what you're looking
go.
at.
Drive,
It's something.
drive.
So it's something pale. It looks. To all intents and purposes, it looks like a barrage balloon.
For God's sake, Gerald, drive. Put your foot down, man.
What is it? What is it? I can't see in the back of the car.
Shut up, drive.
And then you can
Oh,
see.
I'm looking out of the back window. That's why I can't see. I'm looking.
Gerald,
Don't know
There
my left
isn't
from
a
the
back
right.
window.
Gerald, why aren't we driving?
And then you can
Oh,
see
look.
like sort of like pinpoints of lights rippling and throbbing across the surface of what you
The Germans are
think-
attacking.
It looks like a barrage balloon, but then you can see the surface of it ripple and throbbing.
It's a barrage balloon, and it's coming down.
And
I'll get in the car and start
Into
driving.
view comes this huge amoebic-like balloon.
What? Can I shoot it?
Just focus on the road, Gerald, and
I'm
drive.
starting to drive.
Okay, right as Gerald starts to drive, you see that it's sort of pulling it's being pulled along pulling itself through the air by these long groping tentacles that, as well as grasping onto the tops of trees and wrenching them and tearing them apart, it's also like using them as almost looks like it's using them as sails to catch the wind and propel it forward. So it looks a bit like a Portuguese man of war.
Is it coming for us?
It is. So it passes. It sort of runs perpendicular to the road, and it passes straight over the top of the car, and you all see the shadow of it passing over the car and over the road. There's this. It's huge. It's maybe at least the size of your car, if not bigger. And you will have to make a sanity roll, Charles. And Gerald as well. So Gerald, you looked away, I believe, did you? Oh wow. Did Gerald look away? I presume he did, since he drove off.
Well, he started going, drive, for the love of God, drive.
Okay.
So
yeah, even though you didn't get a full look of it, because like I say, it's through the tops of trees, so it's obscured, and the car.
I got as
Gerald's,
far as barrage balloon.
Yeah. So yeah, you don't have to make a sanity roll. But Charles, you failed that, so you lose. I'll let you roll your own sanity. You lose D4 sanity.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah.
Oh, just a mere one. Lucky. show you what show you what you saw.
I don't see anything.
Don't look away now.
Tell me when you've taken it down. Oh.
Try that again. No, okay, maybe later. We'll leave it to your imagination. That's probably best anyway. Yeah. So you set off driving. So you're driving cautiously. You're driving a bit faster. Driving at speed.
Reckless.
I'm going to be as fast as is reasonable given the conditions.
Okay. Very nice. So, okay, so you can make I think you need to make another driving roll then.
Mead seems. Do I get a bonus dice still?
No,
Bastard.
that's what you saw.
Oh. A jellyfish.
Yeah, very much like a jellyfish.
Apart from it's not jelly and it's not a fish.
Yeah,
It's a barrage balloon. With
it is a
tentacles.
barrage balloon. Definitely a barrage balloon. Oh wow! So
Yeah, I can't look that away, I'm afraid.
you can push it if you want.
Might have to.
So instead
Okay,
of just
if you
dinking the car,
if you
can
fail,
right
you'll
it
write off the car. Possibly,
Well, I've
yeah,
got a feeling that
if you fumble it, then people are going to get hurt.
Well, just say somebody stole it.
not my car, is it?
It is not your car.
Come on. I'll put my foot down and steer into the skid.
Okay, go ahead then. All right, so
Oh dear.
Can I look a push?
no,
No.
you cannot. Okay, so you try and steer into the skid, but you'll completely lose it, and the car skids sideways off the road and just like slams into one of the trees off the side of the road. So you go off the side of the road into a kind of a small ditch, and the car just sideswipes into a tree.
Sorry, lads.
Oh.
Lads.
How
Lads.
far have we travelled?
You have travelled, I will say, about halfway.
Not too bad. It only cost us a car.
Yeah. Getting home is tomorrow's problem.
I'm sure once we've sorted everything out, we'll be able to get a tow truck to come and pull it out, and we just knock those dents out with a hammer. It'll be
Well,
fine.
we
Nobody
just
will know.
burn it.
Yeah, just tap it out.
Yeah, Father Ted
Yeah.
style.
Yeah.
So yeah, the car engine just dies pretty much straight away as well, and you can, in the distance, getting further away, you can hear this sound of like a splintering and cracking wood. Getting
So do we
steadily
think the
further
barrage
away.
balloon was causing the wood splintering?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if it didn't stop for a car, it's not going to stop for us, is it?
No.
It's busy destroying trees. for
I
some
was
reason.
saying it's busy doing its barrage balloon thing. And, pootling on.
Maybe it's the Loch Ness Monster.
Maybe.
So get all this gear together.
Yeah. Anybody for a nice cup of coffee, seeing as we've stopped?
Have you brought a flask?
I have.
You
brought
did
flask.
bring a flask, yeah, and some
Oh,
packed
yeah.
lunches as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Anybody got some sandwiches in the bag?
I have got some sandwiches in the back.
Yep.
Would you like chicken paste, sandwich spread,
I
or
prefer crab
peanut
paste.
butter?
How many
Ooh,
times?
crab
do I have to tell you?
paste.
I prefer crab paste. Bit of crab paste. Right. So we get all this shit
Potted
together.
meat.
Ooh, lovely.
What a dog.
So, yeah, get us stuff out of the car.
Get walking.
And don't forget the dynamite. Where did you put it? Was it in the glove box or in the boot?
They were back in the
It's
shop,
next
I
to-
think.
It's next to the grenade launcher.
Yeah. How's the field cannon? What we've been towing? Is that all right?
I mean, we're probably halfway, so it's a good place to set up.
Call in some artillery support
Yeah.
on the walkie-talkies. What I've not got. Oh, right. This is gonna be fun. So we've got about a 3 or 4 mile walk to the lodge.
Yeah.
Let's get walking.
Okay.
Mm.
So yeah, what would have taken maybe about another hour in the car is going to take you at least another 2 on foot.
Yeah.
Is Gerald going to survive this?
That's a fair question. I have my warm underclothes and a flask of coffee.
Right.
Might be 3 hours though.
Oh, we'll be able to get a warm at the lodge. They'll have a lovely fire going.
Oh yeah.
They'll take us in with open arms.
Yeah, we're fine. We're just some people up on a hunting trip from London.
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll welcome us.
Okay. So you're setting off on foot then after warming up and with your flask.
Yeah.
Okay.
Was this flying thing heading towards the hunting lodge? Ish.
It didn't appear to be, no.
It
no.
was just mooching along.
Not if assuming that the hunting lodge is the hunting, yeah. So the road doesn't go in a straight line, obviously. But yeah, assuming your general direction, this barrage balloon or whatever it was like I say, going perpendicular to the road.
Okay. They have some strange things up in Scotland, don't they?
So
Yeah, all the Scottish people. No offense, Scottish people.
That Scottish Area 52.
Okay, so you you gather your belongings and start trudging along the road. It's probably easier to walk along the side of the road rather than on the road itself, since that's, like I said, just below the surface. It's just ice and
Yeah, you want
slush.
to be walking through some fresh snow.
Yeah. So you've maybe gone about 200 yards further down the road, and you come to another. The track splits off again. This time off to your left.
Wait, heads which way?
So
I know left, obviously.
So that
but,
heads sort of south.
Yeah. So, yeah, back to town kind of
Look,
direction.
Stick
Canning's
to
just
the
kind
main
of
road.
off back east, roughly.
yeah, I
Stick
think
to
we
the main
should,
road that's on the map.
Yeah.
We want to get to the lodge.
Certainly until we get closer.
Like I say, so the road roughly follows the River Canich, which is on the north side, off to your right, and then you've got the forest on both sides as well. So you can probably see to the south, to your southwest. You can see the tops of the mountain ranges that surround the loch, poking above the trees, through the tops of the trees. And I'm going to let you make a spot hidden roll as well. When you come to this junction in the road.
Come on!
Oh!
That's
Wow.
a beauty.
That
Genius.
is a compliment. Charles.
I'm just looking where my feet are going.
Yeah. So I think Gerald, you're probably not watching where you are going, and end up you trip and stumble and come down, and your knee comes down heavy on a rock that's hidden in the snow, and you let out a scream as you really bad bash on the knee, and you take a point of damage for that. I think
But is the flask okay?
the flask is fine.
That's okay.
Okay, so
Bloody
Charles,
rocks.
you can see this track that runs off to the left. It doesn't look too long, and you can see it goes off. It goes off maybe a few hundred yards, and you can see what looks like. At first, you think it's just another tree, but it looks like some kind of standing stone.
Oh, good.
What was a couple hundred yards?
A few hundred yards down this track, yeah.
Should I go take a look, people?
Well, you want to inform them, tell them what you've seen?
Yeah. Yeah.
Are there any flying horses in the sky up above it?
You can't say it's a bit hard to, it's a bit hard to see.
I don't.
I mean, you
see
can,
any
like I say, you can
boats.
see the tops of the mountains. Just make out the tops of the mountains in the distance through the breaks, some like slight breaks in the treetops. As you look over that way.
So have you telling us that you've seen it?
Yeah, so I can see a rock down here, so it's like some sort of standing stone. Should I go look?
Does
I'm
it
happy-
look like the ones that were at, was it Clare Melford?
Claire Melford, yeah. Well, as I say, at first, Charles, you mistook it for a tree, so it is quite tall and slim.
Well, I'm not sure. The ones in Clare Melford were sort of thrown down, laid around.
They
This
were.
one seems to be stood up. So
Yeah.
Well, they had been stood up though, hadn't they? at Clare
yeah.
Melford?
So it's hard to get a perspective.
I wonder if they're doing the same thing here.
Yeah, it's a possibility.
There was no lake at Clare Melford. There was just the muddy thing in the hill,
muddy-
wasn't there?
Black hole.
So I wonder maybe that other track leads to another one of these. I wonder if they've been installing the pillars.
Do you think they're arranged around the lodge?
Around
Well,
the lock, or yeah,
Well,
Well, the lodge, the
or along
building.
the river.
the lodge will
build-
just be where they're staying, but they're trying to
Yeah, but-
raise the city, aren't they? So they'll be raising the city into the lock
Mm,
because your dreams are water related, or were
Yes.
water related. So they'll be trying to bring the city into the lock, and I bet you they've got these stones in a V shape in this area.
yeah.
So yeah, let's go and have a look, see if it's got any scribbling on it like the others had.
Yeah.
It might not have to be exactly the same, but it might have similar
Yeah. So we'll go have a look.
writing on it, and just
Okay.
watch up in the air for any flying horses.
I'm probably going to be swearing.
Holding your knee.
Yeah.
Ah.
Bastard.
Okay, so are you going? Is Gerald going as well, or is he just nursing his knee?
I'm going to nurse my knee.
Okay. Right. So
Question.
Charles and Harry, you set off down this side track.
Just before we set off, does
okay.
it look like any trees have been chopped down recently? Or
Chopped
maybe-
down.
Oh, that big thing! I bet that big thing's made the tracks. The barrage balloon with its. I bet that's been making all the track marks.
Yeah, but it's flying.
Yeah, but it's got big ropey tentacles. It's ripping the trees out to make these tracks, or it has done already. Is there any damaged trees down like?
No,
either
so
side
it
of
does
the-
look like it does look like a proper track. So if although it's covered in snow, you can see the like ruts from past like vehicles going down. Vehicles going down this track.
Okay then.
So it has been used, but not recently. So yeah, you head down this track. Like I say, Old Grey Road runs a few hundred yards, and you get about halfway down, and there's this it's almost like static sensation there, like a feeling of like a storm, a coming storm in the air. It's like charged, like the air itself is like charged with static.
Oh, I'd like give a shudder, look around.
Can I feel this as well? Or
No.
Run?
No.
Ha! Sucks to be you guys.
Harry, do you notice that? Well, keep walking. I'm not too.
Okay. So as you go a little bit further, you can see a monolith, and it looks identical to the monoliths that you saw in Clare Melford.
Ooh. Is there any Well, can we see any writing on it?
It's hard to tell from this distance. I mean, there's like it's got a slight covering of snow on it, so obscuring some of the surface. But more importantly, there is something above it, hovering in the air. Tentacles. Its tentacles like reaching down, touched and wrapping around the top of this monolith.
Yeah, I'm not going to get any closer. I'm going to back away.
Refueling.
Yeah, refueling. Yeah, I'm gonna walk backwards. Is Harry
Actually, that might be what it's doing.
refueling?
Getting some energy. That's the static.
Harry, do you really want to stay here?
So Harry, if you you will have. So you'll need to make a sanity roll for just catching a glimpse of it.
Oh, God's sake!
Child, you don't need to because you've already
Oh,
had
right.
a glimpse of it.
Thank God for that.
Just recently. So don't forget, if you lose a single point of sanity, you will have a bout of madness.
No pressure.
I've got my. I haven't got my gun in my hand anyway. So my shotgun's over my shoulder.
That's all good.
Oh well, thank God for that. I feel safer already.
I don't want to blow anybody away, so not yet. Is it the same size as the others? They said it was the size of a car, so is this thing the size of a car?
It looks big. You can't, like I say, you can only see a glimpse of it. You can see these.
Closer look.
You can see these tentacles. You can see there's some kind. You can see the like sort of suggestion of some bulk above it, but the trees, thankfully, the trees are obscuring most of it.
And how far away do we reckon it is?
Oh, you're only maybe about 100 yards away from this like I said, the forest is quite thick, pine trees.
On the one that flew over the car, did that fly to the left?
It could
Yeah.
possibly be the same one, yeah.
So it might be the same one. Yeah,
Would be good if it is.
I don't think we need to
Otherwise
go
those
any
two of
further.
No.
It's a shame, really, because if it weren't there, we could have strapped those imaginary sticks of dynamite to that monolith, and we'd have the job done.
Yeah. No.
Right, yeah. Let's beat a retreat.
Okay.
Yes.
So I don't think you made your sanity
Not-
check, didn't you? So I don't
not today.
think. No, you don't.
You're
do
right,
that.
chaps.
Yeah, that blimpy thing's down there, sucking on a monolith.
The Germans are invading, Gerald.
Yeah.
That's what's going on. They're invading via Scotland.
They've tried that once before, you know.
I would agree.
They
I
don't
think,
like it up them.
if I'm honest, I think we should. I think we should carry on.
I mean, who would have thought after 10 years they would have wanted to start another war?
Especially with Scotland.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Let's go back to London.
I think we should carry on to the lodge.
Maybe they know what's going on.
Yeah, we could
Oh,
ask them.
hopefully.
I suggest we stick to the main road.
Yeah.
I'll put my head down and just keep walking.
Yeah, just keep walking.
Try not to look at
Yeah.
anything.
Hood up.
Yeah.
Just look at the floor. Just keep walking.
Yeah.
We'll be fine.
Okay, so you set off trudging down the road again, following the track, and all you can hear is the wind howling through the trees and the creaking of the roots as the trees these trees are all like leaning over, straining towards the lock. So you can make idea rolls as well.
Intelligence is that?
It is, sorry, yeah, it's an intelligence roll, yeah.
I'm out of that.
Okay.
Cheers for the help.
Okay, so
Lala.
yeah, so yeah, Charles and Harry, you're pretty focused, like just staring at the floor, just trying to
Do not look.
just
Do not look.
yeah, blotting everything out. Just like,
Blah 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 blah.
So Gerald, you're following suit, tramping along through the snow.
I'm just muttering to myself.
But the quiet starting to get you a little bit. Like I said, just the wind blowing, sort of whistling through the trees, and this constant creaking. But you also notice that's all there is as well. There's nothing else. I mean, it's winter, so you wouldn't expect, you wouldn't be expecting bird song, but you'd expect something, some sign of life. A few birds maybe, but there's nothing.
Doesn't sound. Can you hear that, guys?
No.
Sorry,
Exactly.
Can't hear you. I've got my hood up.
Yeah.
There's doesn't sound like the hunting is going to be very good. Can't hear any grouse or nothing.
So yeah, you've not seen anything. Nothing at all.
No deer.
No deer, no foraging squirrels, no nothing. Probably hybrids actually. But yeah, just nothing. Devoid. The place seems devoid of life. So
I'll point it out to these guys. Look up there.
Not today.
right, so you carry on anyway, and it takes you, like I say, it takes you another couple of hours or so to reach the lock. So glancing, as you come in sight of the lock through the trees, glancing at your watch as it's a little after 2 in the afternoon. And you can also all make a constitution check as well, because the bitter cold, having to walk through it, your clothes, your feet
Can
are
I
soaked.
have a bonus dice for having my welly boots on and a flask of coffee?
Welly boots.
Did you buy some William boots?
Yeah. back when we were talking about balaclavas and our winter coats and my welly boots.
Very
And
well. Go
my
on then, because
and my sandwiches.
it's your soaking feet that's probably the worst.
I came prepared.
He's got boots on, but he didn't put any socks on.
It's just stood in some deep snow. It's gone straight. How it does goes straight over the top of
Gone
your
over the top.
wellies and inside. So it's just gone.
Straight over my wellies.
Okay, so
We're all going to die from hypothermia. Yeah! How we roll.
I don't know whether to push it. Take my wellies off, change into my flip-flops.
We're nearly there. We're so close to the lodge. Just think that lovely warm fire.
Warm fire, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so the cold and the discomfort, you will have just temporarily until you're able to like get out your wet clothes and warm yourselves up. A 5% penalty on your physical skills.
Okay. Best not use any of them then, eh? Can we see the lodge?
So yeah, as you break through the edge of the tree line and come to onto the shores of the lake, you see the black waters of Loch Mulladock stretching out before you. It's a sort of long, thin cut between the mountain ridges that contains it, and you can see what must be Mulladock House standing on the loch's shore, a short way ahead of you. As you get close, you can see it's not a particularly impressive building, like the title would suggest. It's kind of large. I suppose it's large, maybe a 2-story stone hunting lodge, but it's rather bland and quite ugly looking. You can see 2 cars standing parked in front, almost got you didn't spot them at first because they're almost completely covered in snow. So other than that, there's no visible signs of any. No, there's no lights, no signs of like anybody passing through it. There's no footprints, no fresh footprints or tyre tracks visible.
Any smoke from the chimney?
No. So like I say, there's a thin, as the temperature's kind of dropping. There's a thin mist starting to roll up from the water of the lake and sort of carpeting the ground around the lodge.
Maybe.
But yeah, there's no noise. The creaking sound of the trees is behind you now. All you can hear is the wind. Other than that, there's no noise, there's no lights, there's no sign of any movement.
So the lock isn't iced over then?
It is not. No.
Oh, we could go for a swim.
Yeah. So wild
Beautiful. Why not?
Good for you. Let's do it.
And as I say, these pictures are the pictures. So that's a picture of the actual loch, and these are the actual mountains around the loch.
This lodge then, is it a double story?
Yeah, it's 2-story. It's large, but it's not. It's not like some massive mansion or anything.
I suggest, seeing as my wellies are slopping, we assault the place, full auto.
They might be innocent. They might know.
Well,
might not know what's going on.
the cars haven't gone anywhere. There's no fire, which is probably the most suspicious thing. Looks like there's nobody home. So I reckon we just charge it, get that fire on.
Well, let's approach. Is there any? Is it still snowing?
Yes.
Is there any? Can we use the trees as cover?
Oh yeah, God, yeah. There's
to get
there's
close.
there's plenty of like stuff you could use for cover.
Is,
I mean, you're out the forest, but there's still bushes and.
Is there an approach without windows?
Well, that's hard to tell because you can only see the front of the house.
We are special forces trained. We've got to tell.
But there's plenty of opportunities for using cover to approach the house. Like I said, there's like rock, still these rock outcroppings, and the ground. Of course, the ground's not perfectly flat, so there's dips and gullies and banks of heather.
We'll toss in a few stun grenades before we storm in. let's take them out.
Nuke the site from orbit. It's the only way to be sure.
Or use like a breaching charge on the back wall. You know, imaginary dynamite. What we've got.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Or should we just knock on the front door? We'd like to join your cult.
Maybe sing some carols. It's nearly Christmas.
It is.
We're just a roving band of carol singers.
We could say we've come instead of bacon. Because you got headache.
So
where is the
bacon?
Bacon. Should we like circle around it, see if there is a back?
Let's see if we can see. Can we see we want to see if we can see anything through the windows or anything.
Yeah, see any movement.
See what anything's going on. Yeah.
Okay. So what? You're circling around the property first, or you?
Yeah.
And what kind of distance? You're staying at the distance that you are now, or you getting closer? Or
How far away are we?
How far are you away? So, I would say you're about 100 yards away from the house.
I think we need to be closer than that.
Yeah.
At least you're at least 100 yards away from the house. Maybe, but yeah, 100, 200 yards away.
Try and be a bit furtive though.
But yeah, like it'd be pretty easy to like approach it cautiously.
Well, let's try and
weather
get to
the terrain.
50 yards. 50 yards is a good distance.
It's a nice number.
And see what we can see at about 50 yards.
Okay.
If we can see movement.
So what are you doing? You're gonna like move up stealth, try stealthily, try and take cover.
Yeah.
Like I say, I'm not going to make you roll because it's like I said, there's loads of at this particularly at this distance. You don't need to make a roll. As long as you stick to cover, you can easily get close without being seen.
And
like I said,
try and move more to the back of the building, so we're not like going up to the front door.
Okay. So you're gonna skirt round it at the same time.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So skirt round it towards the back, but get till you're about 50 yards away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm not going to get in any closer than 50 yards. I have to make a check, but at this point, because of the weather, the terrain, so long as you're being cautious, there's no way anybody's going to see you. So you start to work your way around cautiously around the side of the house towards the back of the house. And again, as you work your way around, you can see there's wind. Obviously there's less windows on the side. Probably about the same on the back as it is on the front, but still no lights, no movement, nothing. The house is covered in snow. There's drifts up to the doors.
So nobody's been in or out.
Not
no lights, no fire.
Not today, that's for sure.
I bet they're all dead inside. I bet they've all been sacrificed.
There's no fire, so you would have a fire on. It's not like they've got central heating.
The mist is starting to get a bit thicker as well.
Let's get inside.
Yeah. Are we to go round the front, or should we try and get in through a back window?
Back door.
There is a back door.
There is, yeah. Probably a back door, yeah.
Oh, let's go for the back door then. So, are we to just...
You're just running at it, or you're
Somebody
stealthily approaching, or
2 people run up to it while 1 person covers. See if anybody
I
sees
think-
the people running forwards. Just
Let's go. Might as well try for a bit of stealth.
Oh, let's all just all stealth together.
well,
Yeah.
you can. It's up to you. If you
Nobody
get-
cover.
If you're stealthing together, then it's the person with the worst stealth makes a roll. If you're doing it to, you're sort of splitting up, kinda, and approaching separately, then you'll make individual rolls. It's up to you.
I think
Stealth
it-
it together. Because if
it's
one person fails,
One
we've
in
all
all
failed
in.
anyway. So.
I think it's a waste of time trying to stealth because we're not all going to pass. Or it's 20% skill.
No.
We might be
That's-
better off just trying to get there as fast as we can.
You can have a bonus dice because of
Well,
like
surely
the weather
the,
and the cover.
surely
and stuff.
the weather's
Yeah.
gonna.
The stealthing in deep snow. Let's do it. Come on then. So we're just all gonna.
Yeah, so like I say,
Yeah, try and
it's,
get
it's,
to it. I'm on-
reasonable to give you a bonus dice for that.
I'm on base. So
Well, yeah, but I think you should roll because you can always use luck.
I'm assuming if it's the lowest person, I'm on base, so I'll be at least the lowest.
Yeah, so if you go in as a group, it's whoever's got the lowest.
Yeah.
Well, we're
So,
all the same.
If
aren't
you're all the same, then it don't matter. It don't matter
Oh,
whoever.
shall
Just
I roll
not
then?
we? I would, because if you're close, you can always.
I'm not close. Oh,
Okay.
30. 30.
So-
There you go. Spend 10
Is it-
luck.
is it
spend
worth 10 luck?
Spend 10 luck. I would.
So it's immaterial anyway. You don't worry about spending. Because as soon
There's
as you
nobody- they're all dead.
as soon as you like draw closer to the house, the mist carpeting the floor thickens around you, like
Oh,
rising
yes.
up from the ground.
It's
and you-
evil mist.
Visibility quickly lessens to like almost nothing. You can barely see each other.
Cheese it.
Oh, we don't need the smoke grenades now. That's fine.
It's,
Good.
it's evil mist.
Evil
at the
mist,
same
that's
time-
evil mist.
Catch a glimpse of something new between somehow
No, I don't. No, I don't.
between you and Mulladoch House.
No,
There's
there
another
isn't.
structure,
Huh?
a large
Definitely not.
white arch.
Oh,
And as the mist kind of like clears a little bit, making it more visible, it looks almost ceremonial.
No, it doesn't.
It looks strangely similar to Marble Arch by Hyde Park.
oh,
Woohoo!
No. Nothing weird about this at all.
I mean,
I'm
and it
going to
definitely wasn't
run-
there just a moment ago.
I'm
And
going to go round the arch.
As the lodge, can we still see the lodge?
You can still see the lodge. It's on the other, beyond, past that.
So we're not going to go through with the arch. We're going to go around it.
Okay.
Yes.
So as you start
Round the arch.
to make your way around this arch, you become aware of there's other buildings around you, and the
Oh.
mist has gone, and even behind you there are streets, and you find yourself standing in the middle of a city.
Do we know which city?
So it looks old, looks kind of, but like old, but at the same time of undetermined age. It looks gracious, to want of a better word, and it's laid out around the shoreline of the lake, and there's elegant buildings all around you that rise up on the steep slopes from the water. They're arranged in plazas, avenues. There's ornamental pools, canals, multi-level bridges crossing these canals that run through the city. And you can see from where you are, this sort of elevated position. You can see there's like formal gardens, and parks, and the architecture just a mishmash of architecture, but at the same time it seems to complement each other. But it does, despite the differences, it does have a general, overall sort of feel almost like almost Italian, Romanesque, with like lots of white marble, bell towers, ornate ornate carving and relief work everywhere, small bridges and colonnades, esplanades lined with columns, red roof tiles, marble domes.
No.
You do realise that I actually like these cultists because you see what they've done. This is better in Scotland.
They've tidied the place up.
They've brought the continent to England.
The Scottish Riviera.
Yeah.
This is it. It's a new destination.
There's no sign of a
Snow.
Bulldog house.
No snow.
No snow.
Here.
The snow is gone.
Oh,
It's
And the
quite-
house has gone.
we're not
it's quite
freezing to
warm.
death. Other people, Phil. Do you
So-
want us to roll our sanity, Phil?
No, we don't need to roll sanity.
Oh,
Are there
Really?
people though?
Yeah, really. Strangely enough, you do not need to roll sanity. So yeah, you feel, despite this sudden change, this like disconnect, this like just appearing out of nowhere, you feel, although puzzled and confused, you feel strangely at ease.
Right, we better strip off of all these winter clothes and get
Take
down
the welly
to
boots off.
yeah,
Yeah.
As thermals and as long johns, and we'll fit in.
yeah.
So yeah,
You realise that this is all a hallucination, don't you, guys?
Yes.
just
And we're actually
Dying
dying
of hypothermia.
And we've,
Do we-
we've
Are we
passed
still-
out.
Have we
We've
still
passed.
got
We're
our,
still in the car.
have
We're
we
in the
still got
car.
our guns?
Yeah, you still got everything.
And there aren't any people.
So at first you don't see it. There's nobody nearby, but then you can hear like voices in the distance, and what sounds like it sounds like some kind of like party or reveling going off, and you catch every so often down the far end of this street. Because you're kind of at a crossroads with this archway. You're kind of at a crossroads with these big, long, wide streets running off in all four directions. And every so often you catch a glimpse of somebody crossing the street, or maybe a group of people hurrying across the street, and they're all dressed in sort of like almost like Greek, sort of like robes, togas, that kind of thing.
First person to hit one, I'll give £10.
With the slug.
Yeah. Let's go. Let's run amok. So, what the hell is going on here then?
No idea.
Nothing.
No idea.
We
How?
are hallucinating.
Yeah. Obviously, Alexander has done his thing and brought this here. How long have we got until Edwards does his? Is it another day or a couple of
The
days?
12th.
2 days, I think.
The 12th?
Yeah.
Or what are we on?
10.
It's 10th.
What time on the 12th? I'm not sure.
It is. Look at your watches. So you glance down at your watches. So you can all make luck rolls.
Bollocks. Oh, hey! Oh, referee.
92.
What did that roll say? It said 27, not 70.
Okay, so you look down at your watches. First, it's like a bit after 2, and then you notice that Gerald, your watch has stopped. Charles, your watch seems to be working, but then you notice the second hand. It's just like sweeping round, like about 2 or 3 times the normal speed.
Okay.
Harry, yours is working. Seems to be working as normal, but the second hand's ticking backwards.
I mean, it doesn't seem that bad, does it? It doesn't feel evil.
Formed up significantly, surely.
Maybe we've got it all wrong. Maybe this is a good thing.
It's better than snow.
Yeah, I don't see the problem.
I mean, this. What do you reckon then? Is it Carcosa? Like,
Gotta be.
Was that the name of the city? Wasn't it?
Yes.
Should we go and talk to some locals?
Yeah, is there anyone close by?
There's nobody close by. Like I said, the area where you are at the moment is mainly deserted. Just everything you can hear people, you can't, but not see them as such. Every so often you see one, maybe an individual or a small group of people crossing across the street from one building or down to or into another side street in the distance. But by the time you you try and call out or approach, they've gone.
Maybe we should get somebody's attention. Oh! Is there anything flying in the sky, Phil?
No.
Also an improvement.
No birds or anything? No bird song?
There's birds.
Because there wasn't birds or anything
No.
where we've just come from.
So yeah, there's quite. You can hear bird song, and every so often you catch sight of colourful birds. Look at. I mean, you know ornithology, so you don't know. They look a bit like finches, but possibly more brightly coloured.
When you had your dream, Charles, and you're in a boat, were you in a city? Was it like in a canal, or were you on the lake?
I think I were on the lake,
Yeah.
But you could see the city, couldn't you?
In the distance.
So you didn't go in the city.
No.
So
And there's no like canals or anything, is there? What we can see.
yeah. So like I say, the spot we are, it's kind of an elevated position, so you can see around you and a little bit further afield. So you can, like I say, you can see there's canals that crisscross through the city, and you can see gardens and parks. So you're kind of up on the top of a hill, looking down. You can see the lake below you, and the city seems to follow looks to spread about at least halfway around the lake.
We want to find one of those notice boards. You are here, and it'll tell us where to go.
So as you're glancing around as well, something unusual catches your eye.
Other than
sky,
a marble city in Scotland.
Yeah, but something else that's odd. Even though you can see quite well, it's you can just look around. It seems like maybe not full daylight. I mean, sort of slightly dim, as if it was overcast. But looking up glancing up, the sky's black. It's a night sky, and you can see things twinkling, there's stars. You can see the stars, you can see the twinkling, almost like a twinkling, but at the same time you can't, because the stars in the sky are black. There's slightly, you can see them every so often. You can see them stand out against the night sky. But as well as that, instead of a moon in the sky, there's 3 suns.
Oh, we're gonna get a tan.
Well,
But it's dark.
The sky, it looks like a night sky, but it's not dark. So there's a night sky with black stars, 3 suns.
And 3 suns.
And it's daylight.
It's daylight, yeah. It's, sort of.
Can I have a natural history roll
To what end?
to call bullshit on the whole thing?
And there's still no sanity roll for all this.
No. So yeah, sorry,
Can I
2
have-
suns, not 3 suns, 2 suns.
Can I have a Cthulhu mythos
To what end?
to find out what the fuck's going on?
Yeah, why not?
No idea. That's a bit weird, mate.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we've
so,
not moved. Obviously, we've just seen this gate. It's appeared,
We're
and
in-
then all
Yeah.
this has happened.
So we're in Scotland. It's night, but daylight. There's 2 suns and black stars.
So like I say, it's
We're
not
dying of
full.
hypothermia here.
It's not full daylight. Almost like twilight. It's kind of almost like pearlescent light.
We have literally got hypothermia, and we've
and
fallen
are
to
dying.
we've fallen to sleep, and this is just an hallucination. This is your final death dream.
Mm.
Well, at least it's not unpleasant.
I've had worse dreams
Could
quite
be worse.
recently. But I dreamed that Charles was dancing at one point, so you know, step up from that.
Can we try a lot harder to try and catch somebody that we get sight of?
Catch somebody's
Yeah,
attention.
sure. Yeah.
And if we can't get their attention, then I think we should shoot one of them.
Well,
Chase-
shoot
yeah.
into the air. Boom.
Chase after some of them
Yeah, if we see somebody, we try and run after them.
and go, oi, over here.
I try and grab them.
And talk to them in a language that they don't understand.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Do you speak Italian?
so you start
Parker?
casting out looking for people. Like I say, every so often you spot somebody in the distance. The next time you see somebody quite close by, just a sort of lone person kind of wanders out of one of the buildings and stops in the middle of the street and starts arranging. You're not sure what they're doing. We're not sure. It looks like they're adjusting their hair or something. And they're down the street to the south, beyond the archway that you first saw. But then you notice the archway has changed, so it's no longer resembles sort of similar in appearance to Marble Arch, and instead it's lower now and it's gilded, and there's a statue of a horse with a bird's head fastened, that's like carved from onyx, perched on top of it.
Has it got wings?
No.
Oh. What's this person that's rearranging their head doing?
So they're just like I said, this looks like a lady, looks like a woman. Maybe about 100 yards away, and she's stopped, and she's just sort of adjusting her clothes and looks like she's just adjusting her hair.
Shout out as loud as I can. You stay there, and then I'm gonna jog over to them.
Okay, right. As you shout, they look up, and you can see. They look around. You can see what they were doing. It's not the hair they're adjusting. They've got like a mask on.
Oh, like the people, was it a person in the play had a mask?
Well, yeah, all the people.
All of them.
Yeah, at one point, all of them had masks on. Yeah. So yeah,
I want her to take that off.
As you get close, you can see it's like this really ornate, like bird mask, all sort of inlaid with like ceramic tiles and gemstones.
Good lady, could you tell
Good
me
day
where
to you,
I
sir.
am? Oh, she speaks our lingo.
So a voice
Yeah,
as she speaks, a voice is strange. It's like she's speaking in some language that you don't understand, but at the same time you do.
All right, I understand.
One of those.
And it sounds vaguely European.
Could you tell me the name of this city, please?
Oh, yes. You're clearly not a local here. This is your till.
Your till.
Your till.
Are you here for the celebration?
What celebration?
Surely you must have heard.
Nation.
Everybody's talking
Yeah.
about it.
We've brought the shotgun shells.
I'm sorry, shotguns?
Oh, sorry, bad joke. Oh, yes, yeah, we're here for the celebrations. What celebrations?
Oh, well, it depends. There's lots of parties going off in anticipation of the main celebration. There's to be a masquerade ball later.
What are we celebrating?
Oh, it's the stranger.
The stranger?
Yes,
You
the
got
stranger.
three of them here.
Yeah.
No. No, the masked stranger. I'm sorry. Anyway, I'm late. I've got to go. And she like dashes off into in through a doorway across the street.
Let's just follow her. Let's bug her.
Okay, so you follow after her, and as you.
I was joking.
Oh no. Okay.
Do we want to follow her?
No.
No. Okay.
Right. So that the name of the city, what she said.
Itril.
Have we heard of that
Itril.
city before?
I
Util.
don't think so.
So you can make a no roll.
No roll. Ooh.
A no roll. No. Sorry, an idea roll. Sorry, an idea roll, not a roll. No roll. An idea roll.
Was it mentioned in the play? Which seems.
Okay, you don't need to know. Yeah, it was. It's
Was it?
it's a city mentioned in the play. Yeah, where Queen Casilda lives.
Oh.
We are definitely hallucinating. Okay, so we're in a made-up city.
And they're having a made-up celebration
Yeah,
with a made-up
stranger.
Yeah. Why are they celebrating a stranger?
Is it?
Was that the king in yellow?
Is this someone? Yeah, I want to say. Is it? Is it?
Can
Someone
we just what happened in the play with strangers and
I seem to remember there was somebody that just turned up, didn't they? Let's go and find a party.
yeah,
Let's gate crash.
if we can hear sounds of carrying on.
You can like I say you can hear sounds of like what must be like groups of people. It sound like sounds of like reveling, partying. You can like hear straight like sort of faint strains of music coming from over from over to your left and then behind you. But the sounds seem to fade and shift and almost as if they're like blown by the wind.
Maybe we should do. Maybe Charles could do some like street performance
and get them in.
Yeah, get them in, and then we could pass a hat round and get some money, and then go and buy some clothes and a mask
and get into this party.
Get into a party.
I'm more interested in getting back to Scotland.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're not in Scotland anymore.
We are not in Scotland anymore.
We need to find Edwards and his cronies.
I just wanted to get into the lodge. Are your
But
feet?
I just
Gerald,
wanted to shoot somebody with
Yeah.
a shotgun.
Gerald, have your feet dried out?
I I'm going to sit down on a step, take my wellies off, and dry my feet
Okay.
with the towels I brought with me.
So you sit down on these marble steps, and you like sort of sit down and put your hands down to steady yourself. It's still aching a bit as you put your hands down. The step underneath you, it
Snowy.
feels not snowy. It feels different. It's you sort of glance down out of surprise, and it's the steps are made out of wood.
Oh.
You could have sworn that it was like some marble steps.
What, like nice wood? Or
Yeah.
like old wood?
No, they're nice wood, polished. Yeah, some kind of polished wood.
Okay.
But it was. I mean, you weren't looking that way, but like I say, Gerald, you
I was expecting marble.
yeah, they were definitely marble. You're convinced. You were looking at them. You looked at them. You went over, turned round, sit down, put your hands down to steady yourself as you sat down, and they felt different. Like I say, glancing down the wood, it's some kind of polished wood, looks like mahogany, but certainly not marble.
I'm going to stand back up again. Am I still stood on wood now?
If you start on the steps, yeah, it still looks.
Right, I'm going to go to the top of the steps
Okay.
and sit down on the road.
Okay.
Do we see the change? Or do we just think he sat down on?
No, if you look round, he sat on. You know, whether you actually saw them aware that there were marble before, but yeah, when you look round, they're like wooden steps.
So what does that mean then? Does that mean this is all an illusion then? Is the world a stage? Is this all a production and an elaborate
hoax? Yeah, I'm going to sit down on like the road at the top of the steps.
Or
the pavement. I'm assuming that was that like marble.
What's
pavement? Or
no, that's just stone.
Okay, I'm going to sit down there rather than on this weird marble wood, and take my shoes and socks off.
Okay.
And dry my feet on my towels, because I know where my towel is, and it's in my backpack.
A clever man keeps his towel in his backpack.
Oh, yes. And I will think little thoughts to myself while I dry my feet off.
Okay.
And put on my spare pair of socks.
Very good.
I thought you were going to be spare pair of hands.
They're coming later.
That's for YouTube that saw that floaty whatever.
Yeah.
Barrage balloon.
What the hell's going on?
I have no idea.
So once Gerald is ready to carry on,
can we go into one of these buildings?
Are there any shops?
No, you don't see any shops. No, not here. I mean, whether there is any shops or not, you know.
They might be closed for the celebration.
Yeah.
That woman didn't. I suppose you couldn't see her expression, but she didn't say anything about how we were dressed, or
she didn't comment on it at all. Although she mentioned that you were
you were strangers.
Not from here. And what's a shotgun? I'll show you what shotgun is.
But she had a weird accent, so we probably had a weird accent to her. Yeah, can we go into any of these buildings?
Well, you can try.
Yeah.
Did we see what building she went into?
Yeah.
So shall we follow her? Now she's probably gone.
Yeah, might as well. One building's as good as another.
Okay.
Is it a real building?
So you pick yourselves up then and turn and head back turn back towards the archway and to head to where the woman disappeared, and the archway is gone, and the street is blocked off. And where the archway stood is a tall, thin building with just a simple wooden door at its base, quite kind of ill-fitting. And atop this building, there's a huge brazier with a fire burning on the top of the flat roof. Almost looks like a lighthouse, but it's nowhere near the lake. And you can make out a dim light showing through this door at the base of this tower. It's standing slightly ajar. But
I guess in for
the
a
street
penny
that
and
was
for a
there,
pound.
the street that was beyond through the archway, obviously, is is gone.
Well, onwards and upwards.
Shall we?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay. Heading
Yeah.
over to what are you doing?
How things are changing, have we lost his bearings as to how we actually came into the city?
Possibly.
Oh, God.
Long ago, I think.
I told you we should have just stayed at a distance and we should have just peppered the lodge.
If only. If only.
You may or may not have been right on that one. Pains me to say it. Yeah.
Right, what are we doing?
Go through the door.
Forwards.
Yeah, let's do
We're
it.
gonna have to.
I don't see that we've got much choice.
No.
Well, the streets are, this other street still runs off behind you as well.
But in for a penny, in for a pound, I think.
That's all we can do.
Okay. So you approach this tower towards this door. Like I say, it's just a really rustic, basic looking wooden door, slightly, like I say, maybe slightly ill-fitting. And there's pushing it open. You can see there's a white plaster room beyond the door. Looks like a kitchen, but it's quite sparse and basic. So there's a table, no chairs. What looks like a wood burning stove with but it's all immaculate, clean. There's no sign of it being used recently, and a single pan hangs on a hook above the stove. And
Is there anything in the pan?
no,
Can we see?
no, it's just like I say, it's just hung on a
It's
hook.
just hung there.
Yeah.
Okay.
As you cast it, you look about, and there's not really anything here. And then off to the left hand side of the door, we could have sworn there was nothing there before. There's like a coat rack, and hanging on this coat rack, or hanging on the pegs, are 3 ornate masks.
Oh,
No, isn't that lucky?
yeah. What a
That's
coincidence.
3 of us.
Lucky, lucky.
I'm having the pan though. That pan's mine.
What is a mask?
No, it's a close combat weapon.
Yeah.
So behind you, the door through the
Slams
no, it doesn't. The door is still open, and it goes down some steps into a street.
That pan might come in handy. You never know. Are we putting the masks on?
I would be tempted to put them in our pockets rather than
I'd
on
pick it up.
until.
Just masks. There's no robes or anything.
No, just a mask.
costumes, mask.
So
How
there
big is the pan?
is. How big is the pan? It's kind of I don't know, an average size saucepan.
Has it got a bit of heft to it?
Yeah, why not? It's probably you could hit somebody with it. It probably hurt. Yeah.
I'm presuming I've got a rucksack like Gerald. We did come prepared, so I'll take the pan. Just
Take the
for
pan.
Okay.
Take the pan. Close combat. Pistol in one hand, pan in the other.
Okay, so there's like I said, there's 3 masks. One's like a Harlequin mask with a black mask with like interlocking green, yellow, and red diamonds. There's like a bird mask with white feathers and like yellow gemstones for eyes. And then there's another one. The third one is just like this black inky black face with featureless, with like just really base, just suggestions of features.
Isn't a Harlequin like a clown? So is that one for Gerald?
Thanks.
2 seconds.
And Andy can be the bird, and I'll go.
Yeah,
for
I'll take the bird mask.
I'll go blackface.
Okay.
Yeah. You can do that here. 1 minute, I just popped at the toilet.
Okay.
I'll hide my beautiful features behind the mask. I'll wear it on top of my head. Ready for
So there's also, you also notice there is actually a set of stairs going up to a upper floor.
it's constantly changing. What the hell's happening?
We're
So-
dying of hypothermia. Told you what's happening.
Did you say the stairs are going up?
Yeah.
Oh, we did come into a tower though, didn't we?
Yes.
Yeah.
So we've took the masks.
Yeah.
And there's some stairs going up. So, should we go up then?
Yep.
Let's do this.
Okay.
I mean, there's no point doing anything other than go forward.
Yeah.
So
Let's go on.
So you go up the steps and you emerge onto a broad walkway lined by porticos that kind of in turn, the cells, they're backed by large buildings. But these buildings have got no visible doors. They do have windows, but they're set really high up, maybe a good 20, 30 feet up on these sort of perfectly smooth stone walls. And you can see there's like several people at these windows stood on balconies, opposite balconies, and they're talking to each other, kind of slightly raised voices as they shout across the esplanade at each other. So one, as they like talk, you can't quite make out what they're talking about. They shout, sort of shouting at each other, and one of them, you can see one of them's pointing. You think they're pointing at you at first, but they're pointing. But then you realise that they're pointing past you to one side, and the others on the other balconies, they kind of like lean out, straining to see what the neighbour's pointing at.
Look.
I won't look.
I'll look.
Okay.
It's human nature, I think, for me
Yeah.
to have a nab.
Okay. So as you look, there's suddenly a shrill scream and some slightly hysterical, or perhaps maybe it's embarrassed laughter. As you turn to look, and you can make a spot hidden roll.
Hey!
Okay. Is Charles? Okay, cool. Wow.
Yes.
Okay, so you turn and you catch sight of a figure all in white robes, about 300 yards away. Uh, it looks they look to be like they've got like a mask on, but you only get a brief. You only see him briefly as the figure's moving quite quickly and disappears down a side street.
If we'd have got a rifle, we could have had a
But
punch.
it instantly puts you in mind of the stranger from the play you saw.
But we only catch a glimpse from as they disappear down a side street.
Yeah.
I mean, why are they so excited about them? There's 3 of us.
I know. Yeah.
With proper weird clothes on.
Okay,
Oh,
so meanwhile, Harry, you didn't you chose not to look. So the people up on the balconies, they all except one disappear back inside the buildings. So the last one who's remained is a man, and it's quite away from you, but particularly with your training, you can tell he seems quite anxious. Glancing first, he's like glancing where this down towards where the others were looking, and then he's looking over his shoulder and he's shouting, "I'm coming! I'm coming!" And he puts on a plain gold mask that covers almost completely covers his face. There's just his mouth showing. And saying, "Yes, yes, I'm coming."
okay.
Right, and he pauses still and peers down towards the direction that Charles and Gerald were looking. So what's Charles and Gerald doing? What are you all doing?
I just sort of, well, I don't know. I guess I suppose, just looking around, aren't we?
Are we going to chase after him?
Well, yeah.
Well, sorry, chase after who?
The guy
This-
gone down
Yeah.
the. Well, how far away is he in the alley? Because I presume we only
So
got a glimpse from him. So
So we've got to run back down the tower. That's probably not a tower anymore.
No,
Down
back
a-
down the tower. No.
can we
down
jump over the balcony?
Down a,
So the steps that you came up, they came out onto a street.
Oh. But he was 300 yards away. We'll never
Yeah.
catch him up. Was he on his own?
Yeah.
Nobody following him?
No.
No. Yeah, let's try and follow him then. I presume there'll be other people that are going, oh, look, the stranger's here. So we might be able to find him. So I will tell them about the man that seemed
He's still there.
anxious.
Still there, kind of like peering, like leaning almost dangerously out on a balcony, like peering.
Can we wave to him?
Yeah, if you want to. So yeah, kind of looks at you. You wave at him and catch his eye, and he looks and sort of pauses for a
Can we,
minute
like,
and waves back.
beckoning him? Can we, like, beckon to him?
Yes, he says, what do you want?
We want to talk to you.
Just talk then. And like looks back. Yes, just a minute.
Can you tell us how to get back to Scotland?
Where are we? And what can you tell us about this place? What's going off? What's happening around here?
Who's the stranger?
This yeah, it looks like yes. Just a minute. I'm just talking to some. Says, we think it's the envoy to Queen Casilda.
Oh, of course.
Oh, who's Queen Casilda?
She's the queen of Yatil. Are you strangers? Says
Yes.
yes, wife. I'm coming. Says,
Do we
Yeah.
do we not look like strangers?
I don't know. Are you strangers?
Yes, we're strangers.
And there's 3 of us.
Yeah, we have shotguns.
And masks.
And a pistol. And a pan.
Right. Kind of.
And towels.
Well, he looks at you. You can't tell what he's doing because, like I say, his face is covered by almost completely covered by this mask. He says, "Well, anyway," he says, "I need to go." I said, "Yes, I'm coming now," and he disappears inside.
Sounds like he's got somebody nagging.
Maybe she'll be happy to tell us what's going on.
Can we see any way to get up to where he was?
No.
No.
This entire street, like I say, it's lined by these porticos. You know, like kind of lined with columns. It's like lined with columns with like a sort of walkway behind them, and then backing onto them is all. It's just all the way down the street is just buildings, but there's no doors into them, and or the only windows are these single windows right up at the top of the building. So the street this esplanade runs off all the way down as far as you can see, and then there's the other street that runs off to your left, where you saw this figure in white.
Well, let's go and try and find the man in white. We probably have to jog.
Yeah.
Okay.
Find somebody to tell us what the bloody hell is going on.
Okay, so you turn to head down that the street towards where the figure you saw the figure. So the porticos that run down this street are gone, and in the place it's like a tree-lined avenue with parks in between regular intervals between the buildings. Entrances to like enclosed gardens with fountains, and the spot you get to the spot where the figure disappeared, and it looked like they've gone. They must have gone into one of these gardens.
Can we gain entry to any of these sort of gardens? Can we get?
Yeah, they're just open. Yeah, they're just like.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I'll just poke my head through then and just have a look round and see what I can. I'll see if I can notice anything.
Okay, so you're going to go and poke your head down, look, peer into the sky. What are you two doing?
I'll follow Charles.
I'm going to see if I can get into any of these houses.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, Gerald, you find there's doors on. Go approach the door on one of these houses across the street from almost opposite to where Charles went. And yeah, try the door. It opens and there's a white plastered, clean white plastered hallway that leads looks like it leads to a room. You can see a plastered like a white plastered staircase leading up to your left. So Harry rather. So you head after Charles. You go step around the corner.
Well,
Where Charles.
I'll shout to Gerald. We're going in the gardens. Maybe we shouldn't split up, and then go around the corner.
Okay, so you go around the corner into this like ornate garden. It's like sort of lined with hedges, and like I say, in the middle of it, there's this like ornate fountain with like birds at the top, that like water fountaining from the mouths, and there's like narrow sort of alleyway is probably a wrong word because they're quite pleasant looking, but these narrow pathways leading off between the buildings, but there's no sign of Charles.
Oh.
So Charles, you wander into this garden, and you catch sight of a figure. I mean, it looks like the figure dressed in white, off, sort of going along a street that runs across an alleyway that runs off this garden.
I'll follow him then.
Okay.
While I'm walking towards him, I look over my shoulder. Can I see any of the others?
So looking behind you, there's no longer an alleyway that leads, a pathway that leads back onto the street. There's an arched doorway into a building.
Oh. I'll keep walking on anyway.
And okay, you turn around, keep walking, and head down the alleyway, which leads you out onto a bridge.
Do I see where the guy in white's gone?
Well, just a moment. So, what's Harry doing?
I've just got to step away a minute.
Okay.
I'm going to, if I hear Harry go, Charles is fucked off, let's not split up, I'll go back and chase after him.
Okay. So
splitting up and looking for clues probably isn't the best plan at this.
So you turn around and you can just see Harry through the open doorway. And he's heading down this narrow sort of alley. This narrow pathway between the buildings.
I'll go after Harry.
Okay.
Go, oi! Wait for me!
Okay, so you managed to catch up with him before you lose sight of him, and catch up with him in this garden. So it's like bordered by the hedgerows, and in the centre of it there's a pond with like sort of koi carp swimming around in it.
Oh.
Okay. Can we see any sign of Charles?
No. You can see these other like side alleys running off the garden.
I'll shout out for him.
Okay, so Charles, you hear Gerald shouting, but it sounds like it's quite faint. Sounds like it's a long way away.
Do I know sort of which direction it's coming from?
You can make a navigate roll.
I bet you can.
I bet I can't. I better look down the bottom.
Ooh.
Almost.
So you
close.
think you think you think you know where it's coming from. So you turn and you turn back on yourself and follow this alleyway back into the garden. But so the garden, well, it's not there's not a garden there anymore. There's this like a big ornate pool.
Okay. Is there anything in the pool?
No,
Koi carp.
no, it's so it's just empty. So it's not even any water in it.
Okay. I
And
can't see-
there's
Do I see where the guy's gone in white? Because I'm sort of more interested in.
you can head back, go back, turn right back round, go back the way you were going.
Yeah, I'll see if I can see the guy in white. See where he's gone to.
Okay, so you follow this alleyway back out of this courtyard, and you come to a low wall, broken that's runs along the edge of this street, but it's broken by a set. It's almost like a balcony along this edge of with a low wall running along the edge of it, and it's broken in the middle by a set of steps heading down. You can see the lead down to like a really slim bridge spanning over a canal.
Can I see him on the bridge or?
So you don't see anybody on the bridge, and the water, the actual water of the canal look like crazily, it looks like a long way down to the water. Whereas the canal, the bridge itself is maybe about 20 feet wide, but the water below is maybe about 50, 60 feet below it.
Okay.
But yeah, as you're looking, then you do spot that stranger in white moving along the far bank and into a doorway.
Yeah, so I'll follow. I'll go that way then, and keep sort of following him.
Okay, so you go down the steps to get to the bridge, and it was only when you get to the bridge where you realise how narrow it is. So it's less than a foot wide, and
Okay.
it's
Is there
fashioned.
handrails on it?
It's made out of marble, and there's no handrail.
Is it dry?
It looks dry, yeah.
Okay. Can I shout? I'll shout for Gerald.
Okay. Gerald, you can make a listen roll.
No, I can't.
Okay.
He hears nothing.
No. There's no response.
Forwards. Oh, I guess I'm fully lost now. I've got to be, surely. So,
Jump off the balcony.
I'll tentatively walk over the bridge.
Okay.
I've got no other option.
Okay, so the marble is really polished, smooth, and it proves to be quite slippy. But also, what you didn't know,
I'll go on.
what you didn't notice is that the surface is slightly concave as well, slightly curved, and so you will have to make a dex roll.
What about if? Can I do it on my hands and knees?
If you've passed the first dex roll, you can, yes.
Oh my word!
You can you can push it, or you can spend luck.
Oh, for God's sake! How can I fail on 70?
I don't think he's hardly got any luck.
I've got.
You're going to have to push it. Just
I've got
leg it
20.
across.
If you push it, something bad will happen.
I was
What's-
going to say, why don't you jump in the canal? But it looks like you're going to do that anyway. So.
Yeah, just
God's
leg it.
sake.
We might hear the splash.
Do I spend 12 luck or push it? I'm at 29, or do I push it? I mean, if I push it, I'm on 70. It can't be any worse than
Oh,
that,
don't
surely.
say that.
Ow,
You
ow.
said that, didn't you?
How good are you at swimming?
Terrible. Right, so I'm going to push it.
Okay.
So he has a Gerald. Charles has a wobble. He has a wobble on bridge and slips, and I guess he'll drop down to his hands and knees to steady himself and attempt to stand up.
Okay.
Thank God for that.
Okay,
Oh,
right.
very
So you probably take him on like grab, you sort of grab hold of the like bridge, like catch it, like,
Yeah.
and then slowly shuffle along till you reach the other side.
Yeah.
So, what is Harry and Gerald doing?
Am I? Can I still see Gerald then?
So yeah, Gerald
I've
catches
caught
up.
up with you.
Yeah.
So we've totally lost sight of him.
Yeah.
Um,
You could hear him, but at first, it sounded far away, and now you can't hear him at all.
I'm going to take my pistol out and I'm going to fire it in the air.
Okay.
And just wait a while. Do I hear anything?
So Charles, yeah, I guess you can make a listen roll, see if you can hear that.
No.
No.
I'll take the silencer off.
Can you fire the shotgun into the air?
I'm sure if you can't hear the pistol, you
No.
don't think shotgun's going to be much different.
No.
I mean, I don't know that you've not heard it. So
No.
I would imagine you would hear that. And if
Yeah.
you don't hear it, I don't think I'd fire another shot. Does that draw any attention, me firing this pistol? Do people like come and look to see what the noise is?
Yeah, probably. I would guess so. Yeah, so some people you sort of catch sight of some people hurrying, a group of about 3 people walking along the street ahead of you, and they pause and like startled almost and turn to look.
I'll just I don't know if I've got a holster. I'll put it back in my pocket.
Right, you hear them saying, maybe there's fireworks, maybe the celebrations have started already.
Maybe. What do you suggest, Gerald? Have we lost Charles?
I think we have. Can we try and catch up with these 3? Chase after them.
Well, they come
Excuse-
they come your way.
Oh, okay.
When I went round the corner, did I see the water fountain that he was headed to? What did I see when I come round the corner?
So you did see a fountain, but not the same one that he saw.
So I wouldn't. I wouldn't know what he saw, but
No.
there was a fountain.
Yeah. So it was a pool with fish in it.
So these 3 are coming over to us.
Yeah, they're not running. They're like they were heading one way, and then they've like changed direction, coming towards you.
We want to look at his fireworks.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Is something wrong, Gerald?
Hello.
Okay, so one of the stops says, "Yes." Do you know where the party is?
What in the name of Hades is going on?
We are the party.
Have you seen our friend? Dressed a bit odd, bit like us.
He's a stranger.
Oh,
Possibly doing a dance.
Stranger in a strange land.
no, maybe he's probably at the party. That's where at one of the parties. That's where everybody else is going.
Is it normal for things to change from one minute to the other?
change.
Yeah, like earlier, I was on some marble steps, but then I sat down and they were made of wood.
Oh, you must have been mistaken.
Possibly. Seem to have been mistaken about quite a lot of things. Yes. Yeah, our friend seems to have gone missing. I'm sure he went
Well, the
that
street,
way. You haven't seen him,
there
have
are
you?
lots of streets and side alleyways. If you're not familiar with the city, it can be quite easy to get lost.
So we found.
Is there anywhere we can get a map
A map?
of
Oh,
the city?
that's a good idea, but no, that's never occurred to me before. But then I do know my way around. So you don't know where the party is? We thought we heard some fireworks.
No. I mean, we could have a party. Would you like a party?
Where? What
Think
party?
of a number.
What party are you going to?
Well, any really. We've just left one. It's so excited. We one of the companions like starts tugging us. Come on, we need to go. We need to find where it is. Says, yes, well, it was nice talking to you.
Yeah, lovely.
The masks, like the masks.
We're not wearing masks.
I've got mine on top of my head. I'm not wearing mine. I think it's racist.
I think I would allow Harry to make a psychology roll as well.
Who for against Gerald? Psychology. I don't think I've had one success before.
Oh wow!
Ooh, so close.
I am the psychologist.
Psychologist.
I need to retrain, I think.
Can I have a psychology roll?
Can you have a psychology roll? Go on then. You've been talking to him as well. I mean, I was giving it to Gerald because it was more obvious to him.
They are very
Well,
excited.
Clearly not, but that
Ooh,
I'm going to spend a point of luck.
yes, it would be
Worth
a shame
it.
not to.
Is how you do it, sir.
Okay, so
I am available for tutoring, at a very reasonable fee.
Despite Harry failing his role, he did kind of hit upon what I was going to say anyway.
What they're excited.
So these people, they seem really, well, obviously they seem preoccupied, but distracted. And you do find, as you've already probably mentioned, you find it strange that they don't seem even slightly bit curious that you're not dressed the same as them. You don't speak. You don't have the same accent as them. But their conversations are almost manic, and almost manic, and almost you get the impression it's almost that they're not like they're not fully in control of themselves.
Do you think they're actually real?
I was going to say we are hallucinating because we're dying of hypothermia.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we should put this theory to the test and maybe shoot somebody. To see if they bleed. See how excited they are when we shoot them. What's making them excited? The stranger.
Yeah, they're all excited
Yeah.
about this. Yeah, the stranger.
But we're strangers.
Yeah.
You've read. Oh, it was. Who read a book about the play? Nobody, because you spilled.
It's covered in coffee.
I'm just.
Gerald destroyed it twice.
Yeah.
What was the end of the plague? The stranger revealed himself to the queen. There was some, wasn't there 2 children or 2 women or something? What was the end of the play? What happened? Did he reveal himself and he was the king in yellow?
Yeah.
Something like that, wasn't it? Right, I'm going to take my pistol out again, and I'm just going to go bang, 10 seconds, bang, another 10 seconds, bang, another 10 seconds, bang, and then I've run out of ammo.
Okay. Okay. Right. So, Charles.
Yep.
So you managed to get across this bridge. Like I say, on the other side, there's kind of a walkway on the other side of the canal. There's a road running off, and then, like I said, the walkway runs left and right along the side of the canal. There's the doorway just over a little to your right where the figure disappeared. Last saw the figure, the robed figure.
Well, I guess we're heading through that doorway.
Okay. Right. So you head through this door, which you could have sworn it was like a wooden door you saw him go through, but what you find is like a barred gate, like a wrought iron gate, decorated with these depictions of what look like birds at first, and then you see that they're like horse-headed birds that look like suspiciously similar to
No.
the
No.
what were depicted on those on the whistles and
No. They
Does it
definitely do not.
Does it look like anything I've seen in a farm in England?
possibly. I mean, those whistles
Oh,
do
dear.
look so, like stylized depictions of those creatures. Yeah.
Oh,
So yeah, beyond this gate, you can see this like sort of stairway that kind of zigzags down towards another some kind of open area below.
did I hear any of the gunshots?
Did you hear any of the gunshots? You can make a roll, and since it took so many shots, used all his ammo, you can do it with a bonus roll, bonus die. Why not?
I heard him. I'm deaf.
What are you two doing, by the way? Oh wow! So yeah, you did hear him. They sound quite close.
Okay.
I'll holler, Charles.
I will
after he's
shout also.
gone shooting.
I will shout to Gerald, Harry, as loud as I can.
Okay, so you can, after the last of the shots rings out, there's a brief pause, and then you can hear Charles, or you think it's Charles, just faint sound of him shouting, calling your names.
Well, we'll head in the direction we believe it's coming from.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll reload my pistol as we go in the direction.
Okay. And what's Charles doing?
I'm gonna wait. So I'm gonna shout him again.
Okay.
I'm gonna shout about I'm at the bridge, and just try and.
Okay. So
I feel like because they're quite close, because the shots sounded quite close, I'm a little bit reluctant to keep pushing forward on my own.
Okay.
Because I'm a little bit scared.
Okay. So
do we hear him?
Yeah, you hear him. He sounds a little bit as you head forward. He sounds a little bit sounds quite a bit closer all of a sudden.
So keep going to where it's
Yeah.
sound is.
So so heading towards this voice, you turn up a street that starts heading uphill, and then as Charles, you can hear Charles shouting again, and you head up a staircase, like a wide staircase that leads up to an open plaza. And once you climb to the top of this staircase to this plaza, you find yourselves at like such a height that you've got like a really sort of commanding aspect, like a view of the city. So the city's like spread out beneath you, and you can see it all spread out beneath you. And you can see over the over the roofs. You can see the lake. You can see the lake in its entirety. It's like a stain, almost. Oh, it puts your mind like this black stain, like or a shadow, rather than water. But on its far shore, almost seems strangely distant. You can see the lights of a vast palace reflected in the surface of the water. So
But not. Can we see the palace itself, or just the reflection?
So at first you just see the lights, but eventually you can kind of make it out. So the buildings you can see, and the way it's illuminated, it must be absolutely enormous. This palace must be almost the size of one of the city quarters. And then you hear Charles shouting again. Sounds like it's got a little bit further away.
Shout back.
Maybe if we split up, Gerald, we've got a better chance of finding him.
That's a terrible idea.
Yeah, I'm already in this predicament now.
Could fire my gun again. Just use all my bullets.
So we've got quite a commanding view of the city.
Yeah.
From here. Can we shout, "What can you see?" to Charles? Can you see the light?
CC.
To see what he could see, CC.
So yeah, you can still, and as they shout, you can still just the sound a lot quieter, but you can still hear them. You can just make out what they're saying.
Why you've got a whistle? Why don't you blow it, Gerald? I'm sure nothing untoward could happen in this city if you blew that whistle. Have you tried blowing it before? And it didn't work, did it?
Nothing
Yes,
happened.
I think we blew it in what's his face's house.
I dare you to blow it, yeah. I dare you.
I'll blow it.
Yeah, you wouldn't let me shoot at a monolith. But you're willing to blow a whistle.
Blowing the whistle?
Sound
Strange
a whistle.
in a strange land.
Okay, right.
Blow it.
And this is where we die.
You blow the whistle, and there's this shrill, sharp, piercing note that echoes out from the across.
Have you not got a whistle as well, Charles?
Don't believe so.
Is it loud? Does this whistle sound louder than when he blew it before?
No.
Oh, it doesn't. I
No.
thought it was like a high pitch, what we could hardly hear.
No, it is like sort of, it has got this really high pitch, but not to the point. It's kind of on the verge. It's like you can hear it, but you can. It's almost like there's some of it you can't quite hear.
So do we hear anything in like a reply?
So let's say, Charles, you can hear this whistle again. It sounds more distant, but you don't know what this whistle is. Could be anything.
Could be.
Although the tone The tone of the whistle is sounds familiar.
How on earth are we going to find him?
I think we've lost him. I think we should head back home. Oh no, we
Well,
can't.
cut our losses.
So I hear the whistle.
Yeah.
But obviously I don't know what it is. Can I shout again? I'll shout again then.
Yeah, of course you can.
Yeah. Gerald.
Okay, so
Look,
you can. So again, Harry and Gerald, you can hear Charles shouting. It's only faint, but you can definitely hear him.
Do we get any sense of which direction it is? Because it seems to be changing.
Right,
So-
new plan of action. I'm gonna fire my gun. How's my watch working? Was the
the second hand's ticking backwards.
ticking backwards? So I'm going to fire a shot every. I don't think it'd have seconds, or would it? I'm going to fire a shot every minute. So five bullets over 5 minutes. So he's got a better chance of coming towards the gunshot.
Okay.
So-
Are you gonna like telegraph that? Are you gonna like you know, just like
Well,
say you can hear each other, bitch, just faintly.
No, I'm timing when I'm shooting. So in a minute interval between 5 shots. So he'll hear a shot. I'm just going to presume he's going to come to where he can hear the shot, and then after a minute I fire another shot, and we just stay where we are.
Okay.
Maybe Gerald can shout in between the shots, or we both can, as well. That's probably a better idea, isn't it? So we fire the gun 5 times, and in between we shout as loud as we can. And if that don't work, you're fucked.
Okay, so yeah. So Charles can hear these shots that sound kind of distant, and in between the shots you hear them calling you.
How do the sound though? Do they sound like they're getting more distant?
They're quiet, but they're quieter than they were before. They sound more distant than they were before, but they're like uniform. They're not getting quieter.
So I feel like this is a waste of time.
So are you not coming towards the sound then? Are you just?
I'm stuck on the other side of this bridge. I daren't go across the bridge again and nearly die.
Oh well, you don't know that, do we? So.
Um,
Right, Gerald. I don't know about you, but do you fancy a game of Russian roulette?
So there's the walkway that runs either side, runs along the canal as well on this side of the bridge, as well as a road that runs off it, and there's doorways. There's doorway. Well, there's that gate wrought iron gate that you stood at.
I'm going to go through the wrought iron gate.
Okay. Right. Okay, so you go through this wrought iron gate. Like I said, there's like this set of winding, twisting steps that go down. You can see there's like a some kind of wide open area built that opens out at the bottom. And you're about halfway down, and you hear a gunshot, and it sounds much louder than it did before.
Does it sound like I'm walking towards it?
Yeah.
I'll keep walking towards it then.
Okay. Right. So you get to the bottom of the steps. You don't hear a second or a third, another one after that. You get to the bottom of the steps, and you find the steps take you out into this wide open area. And as you look around, it's like a massive Roman style amphitheater, like a huge semicircle of stone seats that rising up. Almost looks like go almost up into the sky. Almost looks like
Does it look like I'm at the ground looking up to the seats? Right.
Yes. So you're in the bottom of this amphitheater, and there's, like I said, this semicircle, and there's stepped-like seats, and it just looks like they go up like ridiculously high. It don't look feasible. It don't
Can I
look
see
real.
anything? All right. Well, is there anyone in there?
You can't see anybody on the seats, but where you are, you can see there's trap doors and scene shifting equipment, and which a lot of this stuff you recognise being being an actor and being familiar with the stage. So it looks all this equipment looks like it's in use. It looks like this theatre is been recently in active use.
Am I still at the archway?
So you're at the bottom of these stairs. This archway at the bottom of the stairs. This is where the opens leads you to.
Have I got anything? Have I got like a little knife or anything on me, or anything sharp or metal?
Oh, you could have had that frying pan.
It's a bit big for what I need.
You can make a look roll. See if you got maybe you got a
bang.
pocket knife or something.
In fact, that's my next plan of action. I'll start banging the saucepan on a wall or something.
Ding, ding, ding. What am I making? A look roll?
Yeah.
No, then.
No. Okay, so you got no knife. You check your pockets. Maybe if you had one, there's a hole in your pocket and it's gone.
Yeah.
But you can make a spot hidden roll as well.
Yeah. I'll spend one look.
Spend one look. Okay, right. So like exasperated, you're like looking around. Then you catch sight of some movement about 30 yards away behind one of the pillars, and there's light from these twin suns glint off what looks like what's unmistakably a handgun.
I'll walk towards it then.
Okay, you start walking towards it. And you see this figure that's like sort of half hidden behind this pillar, like raise the gun as if they're going to shoot it. Yeah.
All right. I stop and I'll remove my shotgun then.
Okay. Right. They just suddenly just blindly fire off a volley of 3 shots.
Okay. I'll die as the fire. I'll drop to the floor then.
Okay.
This is all going to go so horribly wrong.
Can you make us a dodge roll? Or dive in for cover?
Dodge. Oh dear. I could. What's that? 6 luck?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll spend it. I'm not getting shot.
Right. Oops.
Nice.
Ooh. God, right. One of them comes. Okay, right. One of the shots pings into the floor just near your head.
Yeah.
But the others go wide.
Good. That's okay. Can I only see his arm?
Yeah, you can see. Yeah, you can see. Yeah, you see there's a figure behind this pillar, like I say, about 30 yards away.
Well, I've got the shotgun in my hand. I'm like, you there! Come out from behind the pillow. Pillar. Not pillow. Pillar. And as I'm shouting at him, I grab the shotgun in both hands. Step out! And I rack the shotgun. Do I get anything from it?
Right, this figure sort of steps, peers out. And whoa, whoa, whoa! So, oh God, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Sorry, I panicked. I thought it was one of them.
Them? What do you mean them?
Those things.
Right. When I said them and you say things, that doesn't really help me. You need to be more clear. Use descriptive words.
Those black bird, those those black bird things with their horses' heads. Those horrors, those flying horrors.
You've seen one of those?
Yeah, not just one.
Many?
I've seen several.
Here?
As he steps out, you can see he's wearing tweed jacket, trousers.
Right, first off, put the gun down.
Oh, sorry, and he stuffs it in his pocket. I'm so sorry about that. Says, "Are you okay? I didn't hit you, did I?"
No. I'm quite all right. It's fine.
So I thought you
I'll
were one of those
climb.
creatures in the sky.
Yeah. You've told me
Says,
that. I mean, I
uh,
don't really look like one. I haven't got a horse's head for a start. And I get
no,
to my
no,
feet,
no.
put the
Yeah. So
shotgun away.
I just saw some of that. I just panicked. I'm really
Right.
sorry.
So while you panicked, what's your name?
Spence. My name's Spence.
Spence what?
Quentin
Just
Spence.
Quentin Spence. Quentin, my name's Charles.
Right, so he's kind of got sort of like short cropped greying hair, kind of bald on top. And he's got quite a fat face and really nervous looking smile, almost like a tick.
So
And
Quentin.
it looks like he's not shaved for a few days. And like I say, he's dressed in this tweed suit and quite expensive looking brown shoes, shirt and tie.
First question, how long have you been here? Second question, where did you come from originally before you ended up here?
So it was part of the ritual.
In Scotland.
Yes, we were part from the house.
Interesting. What were you doing in the ritual just before this happened?
Edwards is conduct is. Have you not been to the palace? Edwards is conducting the ritual at the same ritual we conducted at Clare Melford.
At the palace here?
At the palace.
Okay, another two questions. A, do you know where the palace is?
It's across the other lake. I don't know how you get there. I've been lost. It seems like I've been lost in this city for days.
Okay, two of my friends are stuck here, so do you know how to navigate this place?
I've no idea. You go down one street and turn round, and it's somewhere completely different.
Okay, well, we need to stop Edwards.
Stop Edwards? What do you mean stop Edwards? Says I've no stomach for it, but
I'll slowly take the shotgun back down into both my hands. We need to stop Edwards. Do you understand what's happening?
Right, kind of looks. You not? Hold on. He says I don't reckon.
I point the shotgun at him and fire. I'm in no mood for this.
Okay, so that's a point.
No, I want to shoot towards him, but not at him. So it's more of I want to scare him more than anything.
Okay.
Because, and sort of like, we ain't messing around here.
Okay, so you can fire off the shotgun. You can make an intimidation roll with a bonus dice.
Don't try and graze him. Not with a slug.
No.
Oh wow!
There we go.
Right, he just sort of like crumples to the floor, like cowering on the floor. Says, "Don't shoot me, for God's sake!"
Right, Quentin. This is how it's going to work. I don't want none of your bullshit. Me and my friends are stuck here. I don't know where my friends are. Yes, we are here to stop Edwards. No, we weren't at the ritual. Now, Quentin, let's put it this way. I'm going to give you a choice. You can either help me find my friends and stop Edwards, or the next shot won't be a warning shot.
I've told you, I don't know how to find. I can't even find my way back to the palace.
Edwards, I don't want problems. I want solutions. Tell me what you do know.
Edwards is conducting the summoning ritual that they've summoned two of the spawn already.
Spawn? What do these spawn look like?
They are avatars. They help in the final ritual.
What do they look like?
Edwards has called them all, he'll conduct the final ritual.
Does one of these spawns happen to look like, I don't know, say a jellyfish?
He says you've seen them.
Oh. I do believe we have. Quentin, I'm going to be honest. I'm an actor. I'm a little bit out of my depth here. This is not my usual remit. So I need you to help us. I don't want to hear you haven't got the stomach for it. If you don't help us, you don't appear to be any use to us.
I don't know. What do you want me to do? I don't know how to get out of here.
Well, we better start finding a way. Where did you come from?
Over
got into
there,
this
but it's over there, but it's not there anymore.
I look around. I turn behind me, and do I see the archway that I come down?
No. You see a doorway, but not. You don't see the steps that you came down.
You see, mine's exactly the same. So I don't see the doorway that I've come down. The steps aren't there anymore. Did Gerald and Harry hear the shotgun?
Did they? You can make a listen roll.
Come on.
Yeah.
Did, yes, they did.
Is it close?
I didn't. I've gone deaf.
You are deaf. You've just
You're
got,
obviously firing your pistol like close to your ear.
got a ringing in your ears.
10 times.
I don't want anything to do with Edwards anymore. I've lost my stomach for this thing, especially after what happened in Melford.
What happened in Melford?
Says they called him the Unspeakable One.
Who's the unspeakable one?
Hastur.
Hastur. We've come across that name before in some text.
Called him down from the stars. They called him to this world, and he did terrible things.
What terrible things did the Hastur do?
People died.
How?
I don't know. They just the sight of him, he fed on them with his eyes.
Oh, okay. I'm going to go back to my original statement here, Quentin.
But they made bargains with him. They took power from him. Says, I need to find Roby. He'll know what to do.
Roby? Oh. Interesting. Well,
I don't think he knows anything about Roby knows anything about Edward's plans. At least not yet.
Roby's here?
Yeah, I think he might be in the sculpture museum. Do you know where it is?
There's a sculpture museum? Does it have an admission fee? Because I seem to be light on coinage.
I don't know where it is. Do you know where it is?
Like, I've been here less time than you have. I don't know where anything is. Which I suggest we make us way one way or the other.
Okay, he looks around furtively, and then suddenly jumps to his feet and shoulder charges at you.
Can I? Because I've still got my shotgun in my hand. Can I jab it into his stomach hard as he charges at me?
Well, you can hit him with it, I suppose, if you want.
Yeah, I want to
so,
say like if
so he's going to do a fighting maneuver roll to try and just knock you out of the way and charge past you. And what do you want to do?
Well, what would I use? Brawl?
Yeah, but I mean, what do you want to achieve?
Oh, so basically, I want to hit him in the stomach and double him over in pain and stop him in his track.
Right, stop him in his tracks. Okay, so we need to make an opposed fighting brawl roll then.
Yeah. Good luck with that.
Oh! Right, so what's the base roll? So it's 25 is the base, is it? For fighting brawl? Or was it 35?
Brawl 25.
25.
That's what I've got anyway.
So that's okay. So yeah, you go to. So he got a what's it? Extreme success. You got a hard success. He got an extreme. So he sort of barrels into you, knocking you flat, and runs for one of the exits.
Dust myself off and get up. I'm not interested in him now.
Okay.
It can run.
Take
Can
his
it?
pistol. Get his pistol.
Well, yeah. Has he got his pistol on him?
Put it in his
still, or-
pocket.
Can I still see him?
You can, yeah.
Can I shoot at him?
You can if you want.
I'll take a shot at
You'll
him.
get one shot at him.
Yeah.
That's all you need with that thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Normal range. He
Um,
doesn't know it's coming, so he's not going to get a chance to like duck for dive for cover or anything.
What am I just rolling then? A firearms roll?
Yeah. Firearms for rifle, shotgun.
Okay. Oh, no. So I miss him.
Okay.
Do I get any reaction from him?
So yeah. Well, he probably like dives to one side, but he legs it out.
Okay.
You lose sight of him.
Damn it. Okay. Is that the only way?
No.
I'll go the other way then.
Okay. So as you head down out through the other doorway that leads into this passageway, and then beyond that you can see another garden. There is a body lying crumpled in the corridor, clearly dead from a bullet wound to the chest.
Oh, I'll search him then.
Okay, they've got nothing. It appears it's one of the locals. So other than the clothes and the fish mask that they're wearing, they've got nothing.
Nothing in his pockets?
No.
Well, I'll leave him there then. Carry on.
So what is Gerald and Harry doing?
We're playing Russian roulette. We're doing one bullet. Roll a d6.
So,
My luck is substantially higher than yours, so why not?
so you did hear a shotgun blast, which sounded quite close.
Go on, let's go charging off.
I'm going to take my rucksack off. I'm going to take out the 6-foot link of chain that I've been carrying around with me, and I'm going to say, grab all the end of this, and I'll take the other end. Don't let go of it.
Okay.
Actually, I like your thinking. You know that wet pair of socks?
Yeah.
I'm going to pick the end off so it unravels and find something to tie it around.
Okay.
Oh.
And then holding the sock, end tied over there, I'm going to leg it towards the shotgun blast,
Okay. Fair enough.
leaving the thread trailing behind us.
Okay.
In his other hand, he's got a chain. And I'm running.
Right.
the
So
chain
you
at the other side.
following down the streets towards this in the direction where you think you heard the shotgun
Can
blast.
we also possibly have the Benny Hill theme?
So the streets you follow down from this plaza up on the hill, they're all small and twisted, and they rise and fall unexpectedly in places. Almost where you're running along them, you almost stagger and fall a few times. But you come out into what seems a far more modest part of town. It's not as extravagant, not as rich looking, but the buildings are still of like kind of sort of architecture, like excellent levels of architecture. And there's aerial walkways made out of cast iron, spanning buildings above your heads, and there's wooden cart you come into a courtyard that's lined with wooden carvings of like mythological beasts. And then which leads onto a street that's taken up with like businesses. It appears to be businesses, although they're all closed at the minute. But there's like chimney pots on the. They're all kind of low buildings, like single story, and they've all got chimney pots that are like carved or like cast into to depict the owner's trade. So there's like like a pair of shoes, a musket, fish, like a jacket, all this kind of thing, like depicting like various trades. But see, as you're heading down, and you turn a corner and you come across a small group of masked figures. They almost run into each other, and they're like staggering about. They're clearly been drinking. And one of them actually collides with you, and as the rest of them move off, and this guy kind of looks up at you and grins, wiping what looks like red wine from his chin. Says, "Hi, I'm Nos." And he like doffs his mask, this bird mask that he's got on, kind of takes it off and like doffs it like a hat. Says, "Oh, you're strangers here."
Yes, we are. Who are you?
I'm Nos.
You said that, but like, what are you doing here? Where did you come from?
We've just been at a party, just on our way to the. Oh, they've gone.
Have you seen our friend dressed a bit like us?
Oh, well, let me see. Yeah. Well, I'm not sure. I'm sure I can help. It's and he sort of like looks around, so totters to one side and steadies himself against a wall and says, "Yeah, come this way." And he heads off down this roofed alleyway.
Follow him, I guess.
Okay, right. So you follow him down this alleyway. It's the ceiling starts to come down quite low to the point that you're having to duck and have to squeeze through sideways, and it eventually leads out into like a hidden courtyard that's surrounded by tall houses. They're that tall they almost block out the sky. So in the centre of this courtyard there's a round bench that's been built around a asphodel tree. Says everyone comes by here sooner or later.
What's going on with this city? Because things seem to keep changing.
Changing?
Yeah, like paths don't lead to where they came from.
No, you're probably just getting lost. It is a bit hard to find your way around if you're not familiar with it.
How long have you lived here?
All my life.
Are there any other strangers appeared in the last few days, weeks?
Well, of course, there's the stranger in the white robes. That's where all the excitement's about. Says, I wear my mask in honor and hope of his good fortune that he will bring.
When did he turn up?
Oh, just today.
Were you expecting him? Or are you always prepared to have a party?
I wasn't expecting him. No.
But everybody's got the masks, or is that just like your normal day to day?
No. It's we wear the mask. At least I wear my mask in honor of the stranger.
But where did you get your mask from?
I I made it.
Today.
Yes.
But you haven't been expecting him.
No.
So everybody is expert mask makers.
They are quite ornate, these masks, aren't they? Maybe there's a shop that just does it's just done a big sale today.
Right. It seems
Sold out.
It seems
Supply the
seems a
entire
little
city.
seems a little puzzled by that. It says, oh, so I hadn't really thought about that.
Because I mean that's a really well made mask. I'm
Oh, thank
impressed.
you.
But for something that was like, oh, I know, I'll make myself a mask. You just seem very skilled. That's all.
Well, anyway, you sit yourself here. I'm sure your friend will be here in a while. Like I say, everybody passes through here.
Why does everybody pass through here? Is this like all roads lead this way, or
I guess you could say that.
I'm asking what you would say?
Well, like I say, everybody passes through here eventually. I don't know what
Okay.
else you want me to say. You sit yourselves down. I'll go and get you some drinks.
You can't say fairer than that.
Yeah, seems reasonable. Yeah,
Please
black
pay.
coffee, no sugar, please, mate.
'Cause, I'm not sure what it is, but I'll bring a cask of wine.
Even better.
Well, that's all right.
Well, yeah, let's wait for Charles to come past it.
Okay, so it's quite. So this guy disappears. It's Nos, and it's quite dim and quiet here. And despite what he says, it doesn't seem like a good meeting point. It doesn't seem like anybody would find. This would be like a thoroughfare, or anybody would find the way here. And you've probably been sat there for about an hour. And no sign of Nos, and then he suddenly turns up, staggering more than he was before, with his mask lopsided, and he goes, we're carrying some like jugs of wine. Is your friend here yet? As he hands you each a jug.
I'll just look at. No.
And we've been sat here for an hour.
An
did you
hour?
say?
Are you sure?
No. Did you say we've been sat here for an hour?
It feels like an hour.
Have we seen anybody else before he's come?
No.
Nobody at all.
So this appears to be a shit meeting place.
No. Everybody comes through here.
Nobody, literally nobody, has come through here.
Everybody called Nos.
If you wait here, your friend will be here. Everybody comes through here. I'm telling you. And he staggers off. He says, "I'll go and get some food."
See you in an hour.
We're not going to starve to death.
So he staggers off, or wanders down a passageway, then turns and then reappears, shakes his head, and goes off down another one. And it says, "Oh, by the way, yes, your friend, that other friend of yours. I presume he's a friend of yours. Looks like you.
Yeah.
I was a bit worried about him. He's in the sculpture museum."
Is he?
No.
And then he wanders off.
I said other friend.
Oh.
So that could be anybody. But a stranger like us.
Okay, so about 5-10 minutes after Nos has staggered off again, you hear footsteps approaching.
Oh, there's somebody passing through here. Maybe what you meant is if we wait like 27 years, Everybody will pass through here. Okay. You know, I might get my shotgun out just in case.
Okay. Right. So anyway, what's Charles doing?
I've left the.
Left the amphitheatre, headed down that
Yeah.
passageway.
Yeah. I'm sort of walking aimlessly now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll be able to sniff the wine out. What we've got.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, it is just wandering aimlessly. You find you just like stagger like down like a narrow alleyway, and find your way into a circular courtyard, only to be greeted by Gerald pointing a shotgun at you.
Do it, Joe. Do it.
I don't think it's Charles.
Gerald!
It's a trap.
Harry!
Bang!
Ah! My arm flies
It's a
off.
dream. Do it.
My arm flies off at the shoulder. No. Yeah. Chaps.
Let's get pissed.
Is that wine?
Yes, it is.
May I have a drink? I've been wandering around for hours.
Yes, you may.
Excellent. Thank you. And I take the wine and take a big slug.
Right. So Nos staggers back into the courtyard, carrying a tray with like bread and fruit on it. There. I told you everybody comes through here.
You know, I don't know how you're right because he is literally the only other person that we've seen. But
Who's this chap?
this is our mate Nos, and you know, he is actually a stand-up fella, provider of wine and bread and meats.
Nos, what's your navigation of this place like? Do you know how to get around?
Well, I live here.
So, would you know where the?
Would you like a job?
Would you know where the sculpture museum is or the palace?
Yes, that's where your other friend is.
Yes, friend. Anyway, I turn me back quietly. Nos, could you give us a minute? I need to chat to my friends, but we may need your help.
Okay.
How does that sound?
I can pay you with a frying pan.
Right. Gerald, Harry, so we have a problem.
We've got a few.
Yes, we do. Edwards is here.
Well, I think we thought he would be.
Well, but he is, but I know that for definite. And I've been told, don't ask me how, long story, that he's carrying out the ritual, and that squid thing we saw, not squid, the jellyfish thing we saw is, what did he call it? Not an acolyte.
I wasn't there. A spawn.
Some sort of, yeah, whatever he called it.
Spawn.
Yeah, basically, Spawn is there to, obviously, to bring Hastur, which Hastur has appeared. Don't know what this all means, but he's here at the. Really, probably need to finish him off here.
So I presume you tell us who told you. Yeah.
Yeah, I tell you,
Yeah.
told.
So, so he's not on his own then. So there might be others with him.
Well, yes. I mean, he's not on his own, so yeah.
So plan of action is a sculpture place first, not the palace, because we don't know how to get in the palace, do we?
Yeah.
Even though it's like a giant building, but there's no way into it.
But if this fella can take us to the sculpture museum, at least we might be able to knock one of them off.
Well, we might not need to knock him off. I presume he's done what he needs to do, or what Edwards wanted him to do, but he might he might help us if we can tell him what Edwards is actually doing, because that's what the other guy said, didn't he? He said Edwards. He said, what did he say? Roby wouldn't like what Edwards is actually doing.